Konoha. Exposure of Six Paths Naruto, shocking the ninja world. Chapter 1. Konoha Village, Nation of Fire. A sunny day is a happy day for everyone. In front of the teaching building of the ninja school, groups of children had smiles on their faces. I can stand alone. Yeah, from today, we are a real ninja. Look, Mom and Dad, don't I look so handsome with Jonan's forehead protector? Of course he's handsome. He's doing a great job. He's worthy of being my son. Congratulations on graduating. Mom will cook something delicious for you tonight. Where there is light, there is darkness naturally. Just as there is happiness, there must be sadness. Under the shade of a tree, a blonde-haired boy sat on a swing alone with his eyes full of desolation. There was sadness in his eyes. Hey, that kid. Just according to the child. TCH, I really don't know what third Hokage thinks, why should he come to the ninja school? Fortunately, he was the only one in the whole school who failed to graduate. HMPH, that's what he deserves, that kind of person will suffer if he becomes a Jonin, after all, that kid. Hey, wait a minute, I can't talk about the next one. Disgusted eyes and bursts of slander came to the sad Naruto's ears, and he didn't show any expression. For 12 years, this kind of voice has been heard endlessly. He didn't know why he was treated like this, and why the people in the village didn't like him so much. Did you do something wrong? In other words, what did my parents do wrong? Otherwise, why do everyone in the village dislike him so much? This question remains unanswered. Uzumaki Naruto collected his thoughts and looked at the forehead protector between everyone's foreheads. He put the goggles on slowly. However, at this moment, there was a loud noise in the distant sky, and the clouds in the sky seemed to be burned red by some kind of object. All of a sudden, he rolled in the air. What happened here? Uzumaki Naruto was startled and fell off the swing and sat on the ground, looking into the distance with horror on his face. The tumbling flames burned among the clouds, and a huge object slowly rose from the clouds covering the sky and the sun. Hey, what's going on? Look, what is that? Who made this thing? Is that a movie screen? Impossible, it's too big. Go to third Hokage quickly. The giant screen that appeared in the sky scared the villagers of Konoha village to scatter. And not just in Konoha village. Cloud Shinobi village, Iwagakure, Sunagakure, Kurigakure, etc., the whole ninja world saw the abnormality happening in the sky. Ding! Just as people were still in shock, there was another mechanical sound in the air. Video is loading, please wait patiently. During the video loading process, the Q&A discussion group is being created, please wait patiently. What the hell is this? Uzumaki Naruto staggered to his feet. Facing the sudden, big crisis, Naruto got up and ran towards the classroom. Everyone. Pushing the classroom away abruptly, Naruto was taken aback. The blackboard in the classroom did not know when it became a big screen. Naruto. Seeing the goggle on Naruto's forehead, Shikamaru understood everything at once. I didn't say much. Hey, what are you doing here? Huh? Why are you still wearing goggles? We all wear our forehead protectors now. Ha ha ha, it's useless to say, Naruto must have failed the graduation exam. There was a roar of laughter in the classroom immediately. Faced with such a situation, Naruto paused, blushing and said, "What's so funny, I will definitely be able to graduate next year." Hateful. These nasty guys, I really don't worry about them for nothing. Even though Naruto was extremely unwilling, but the fact was so, he had no excuse to refute. With anguish in his heart, he looked towards the seat in the back row. HMPH. Seeing this, Sasuke looked out the window. What an idiot. Ding. At this time, the screens in the classroom and the screens outside made mechanical sounds at the same time. Video loading complete. Discussion group construction completed. The system will start playing the screen in 10 minutes, during which time questions will be asked about the video content. Everyone can discuss from the discussion group and answer within 5 minutes. At that time, the system will randomly select 3 lucky viewers who answered correctly to give rewards. Live video, prize quiz, lucky audience. The familiar words made everyone breathe a sigh of relief. All this is no stranger to them, just like the activities often held in movie theaters. Which technology company is able to create such a terrible product? Ah la la, How could this be technology? In the dark underground base, Orochimaru looked at the screen in the hall with great interest. Beside him, the people standing are Yakushi Kabuto and Kimimaro. In the hall, there are 4 Orochimaru Otogaku and all Orochimaru's subordinates. It's not so much a technology as a miracle. It can only be said that it is the handwriting of God to create all of this quietly. Orochimaru licked his tongue slightly, and looked at the small screen in front of him. It seems that the chat room is only open when there is a prize quiz. Orochimaru looked at the rows of head portraits, and there were many familiar faces among them. It's amazing that there are even dead people. Pure Land World, Uchiha Madara stared at the screen in front of him with an indescribably strange expression. What the hell happened here? Could it be that Obito's infinite Tsukuyomi plan succeeded? The ninjutsu that can cover the entire ninja world in an instant is only infinite Tsukuyomi. Uchiha Madara suddenly became irritable. What a Obito, he didn't resurrect me, what the hell is that idiot Black Zetsu doing? But after thinking about it, Madara immediately denied her suspicion. Infinite Tsukuyomi can envelop the ninja world and cast illusions on everyone. That is only a living person in the ninja world. This is the Pure Land World, a place that infinite Tsukuyomi cannot reach and cannot affect. Uchiha Madara couldn't understand it, he didn't expect that there are things beyond his understanding in the world. Interesting. Let me see just how divine you are. It didn't leave much time for people, and 10 minutes passed in a blink of an eye. At this time, the screens in all places began to flicker at the same time. On the street, a ball slowly rolls to the child's feet. The blonde child squatted down with a smile on his face, holding the rolling ball with both hands. Hey, this is the kid, I'm so scared. Hey, don't play with him, no one knows what he will do to you. The child froze for a moment, his original smile turned into disappointment, and the ball slipped from his hand. With a lonely back, the child walks towards the distance. Touching the pocket, there are only a few copper coins left. Wrinkling his nose and smelling the aroma of ramen, the child carefully leaves with his pockets in his hands. Lying at home, tears fall from the corners of my eyes. This man isn't this child Naruto? In the classroom, Naruto's contemporaries looked at Uzumaki Naruto wearing goggles. Why does Naruto appear on the big screen? Haruno Sakura asked suspiciously. Moreover, how could Uzumaki Naruto look so lonely at this time? Hey, Naruto, is this really you? Inuzuka Teba looked surprised. Why did Naruto appear? Shouldn't the person appearing on the big screen be that kind of super powerful existence? Tooth's conjecture is also the idea of many people. Uzumaki Naruto. The tail of the crane is actually photogenic. This kind of thing is unacceptable. Sasuke, who was sitting by the window, frowned. Was Naruto stealing the limelight? But in the next second, Sasuke showed disdainful contempt. Uzumaki Naruto didn't even pass the graduation exam. Can such a fool have any good programs to dedicate to everyone? It's just that Sasuke doesn't understand why so many people exclude Naruto. Naruto is different from him. Sasuke was ostracized by the villagers after the Uchiha genocide, because of the dissatisfaction left by Uchiha when he was performing official duties. But Naruto seems to have been receiving this special treatment since birth. Hokage office. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face was gloomy, and his eyes were particularly sharp. What is the purpose of the man behind the screen? Why does he play Naruto's childhood? As the third Hokage of Konoha village, Sarutobi Hiruzen was a little flustered. The guy who can use such terrible ninjutsu without anyone knowing it must not be an ordinary person. And, all of this is real. There are even some deceased people in the discussion group. Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't figure out why someone as capable as the other party would target Naruto. Could it be for the 9 tails inside Naruto? Hiruzen said to himself, taking a puff of the pipe to relieve the impatience in his heart. Swish. At this time, an Anbu came to Sarutobi Hiruzen, Master Third Hokage. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Anbu, and Anbu shook his head slightly. Hey. Nothing has been investigated. Sigh. Sarutobi Hiruzen once again looked at the big screen in the office. Inside the Ichiraku ramen restaurant. The child has grown up and is happily eating the ramen in front of him. Naruto, why do you always draw on the Hokage rock? You should know what Hokage is like. Uruka asked curiously. Of course, I know that Hokage is the strongest ninja in the village. Especially 4th Hokage, who seems to be the hero who saved the village from the demon fox. Because one day, I will surpass all Hokage and let the people in the village recognize me. So, teacher, can you bring me the forehead protector on your forehead? Uzumaki Naruto stares at the forehead protector on Uruka's head, his envy is beyond words. No, this is the proof that after graduating from the ninja school, he was recognized as a ninja who can stand alone. If you want, you can just pass the graduation exam tomorrow. Demon Fox. In the classroom, everyone was startled. There seems to be a saying in Konoha village that the brave and young 4th Hokage died in the hands of the demon fox just to protect the village. Hey, I didn't expect Mr. Uruka to eat ramen with Naruto before the graduation exam. Do you want to release water? Stop slandering Mr. Uruka, didn't you see that only Uzumaki Naruto in our class is still wearing his goggles? Hey, I said Naruto, the ninja game is over, all of us here are ninjas standing alone except you. Ha, what are you talking about Hokage that surpasses all generations, you can't even pass the ninja exam. Uzumaki Naruto. He was really speechless, because the pictures shown on the screen were all real. Suddenly, Naruto's mood fell to the bottom. He hoped that the big screen would no longer show his images. Because the next scene is the content of the exam, that kind of grade is really embarrassing. Why is the exam not transformation technique? At least I can show myself. However, the big screen doesn't seem to want to let Uzumaki Naruto go. In the examination room, after Uzumaki Naruto completed the seal, he used all his strength and shouted, "Clone technique." As a result, a Naruto with a long tongue and white eyes suddenly fell to the ground. The whole body gives people a limp appearance. Failed. All the viewers present were shocked by the pictures on the screen and fell silent. The entire ninja world fell into silence at this moment. What is this clone technique? How could someone use the clone technique to stretch the hips so much? Puff. No, don't make me laugh, I can't take it anymore. In the end, the vast majority of people still couldn't hold back and burst out laughing. Ha, is this guy here to be funny? It's supposed to be a comedy movie, I think that kid looks like a ninja from Konoha village. Konoha village. That's right, the forehead protector is the one from Konoha village, ha. Isn't Konoha village claiming to be the most powerful ninja village in the 5 major countries? It's actually able to cultivate such ridiculous ninjas. Hokage office. Sarutobi Hiruzen slapped himself on the forehead with one hand. At the same time, the door of the office was pushed open. Utatane Kaharu and Mitokado Homura walked in silently. Hiruzen, what the hell is going on here? Who the hell is trying to discredit our Konoha village here? Why are you showing Naruto footage? Thinking of the scene just now, Utatane Kaharu was furious. The black hand behind the scenes is definitely deliberately discrediting their Konoha village. Otherwise, why choose a guy with no talent like Uzumaki Naruto? Hiruzen, what exactly did you investigate? This guy not only used Uzumaki Naruto to discredit our Konoha village, but don't forget, Naruto is also Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Mitokado Homura was equally aggrieved. Jinchuriki is like a plague god to the villagers. The villagers generally keep a respectful distance, and naturally they will do some behaviors to exclude Naruto. The big screen blacked out Konoha village villagers and Konoha village ninjas in just a few minutes. It was unbearable. Hiruzen, you two give me a break, I don't know what happened. Sarutobi Hiruzen interrupted Utatane Kaharu's question impatiently. I'm afraid there is something wrong with these two people. How could it be possible for me to explain clearly the existence of such a terrifying level of ninjutsu? Sarutobi Hiruzen cast an angry look at the two old men. Just wait quietly and see what he wants to do. Ha. I'm really going to make you laugh, Naruto. There was roaring laughter in the classroom. It turns out that's why Uzumaki Naruto didn't graduate. Naruto, I didn't expect your clone technique to be so interesting. Hey, the content of our exam is not difficult, it's just clone technique, it stands to reason that you can master it in the first year of enrollment. Inazuka Tooth covered his stomach and laughed out of breath. Even Hyuga Hinata next to him puffed up his face a little bit disapprovingly. Tooth. Isn't it good to laugh at Naruto like this? Hyuga Hinata wants to refute Inuzuka. Only she knows exactly what Naruto has been doing all this time. The other party obviously worked very hard. But, why is the result like this during the exam? Hello. At this time, Uzumaki Naruto could no longer bear the sarcasm brought by the screen. With a roar, he rushed to the podium in 2 steps. I said, don't play other people's scandals casually. Naruto punched the screen with a fist. Unfortunately, nothing happened on the screen, and Naruto was bounced out instead. Naruto. Seeing this, Shikamaru hurried over and helped Naruto up. Calm down first, and then look at the situation before talking, don't be so anxious. Naruto clutched his ass in pain. He was the only one in the class who failed to graduate. This kind of thing is embarrassing enough. This screen was actually taken out and made people laugh at him again. The people in the village ostracized him. No matter how hard he tried, there was no improvement in strength. All kinds of situations have made Naruto feel that it is already painful to be alive. As a result, on the day of graduation, someone actually continued to torture him. Why should life give him so much pain and suffering? However, this time, the previous mechanical sound suddenly came from the screen. The previous content is roughly finished. The following is the main topic of this live video broadcast. Character history. 10 wonderful duels of Crane Tail, Uzumaki Naruto. Nani. All the audience were surprised when they heard what was about to be played. A great match. Uzumaki Naruto. And 10 great matches. The end of the crane can actually have a wonderful duel. No one believes this kind of thing at all, okay. Inuzuka Ya's bewildered expression was full of bewilderment. Naruto's top 10 exciting matchups. You probably haven't graduated yet, even if we all become ninjas, you should still stay in the ninja school. Wouldn't it be fighting the next juniors? Uzumaki Naruto pouted, ignoring everyone's ridicule. For the screen, he himself has resentment. Now the word, crane tail, makes him even more irritated. However, in the next second, the sound from the screen shocked everyone. Uzumaki Naruto's 10 exciting matchups start now. Top 10. Impeccable coordination, Bridge of Heroes, and the release of the seal. Perfect coordination, Bridge of Heroes, release of seal. These 3 words seem to be irrelevant, but in the literal sense, it is definitely not a child's playhouse battle. Forehead. Does it mean that Naruto is going to play a hero game with our juniors? In the classroom, some people tried to analyze the content of the screen. It's a pity that no one has joined in the fun anymore. It was said on the screen that it was a wonderful duel, and I remember that there seemed to be a quiz with prizes, right? Shikamaru cast an angry look at the guy who wanted to make trouble. Don't you realize how miraculous what is happening before our eyes? The huge screen in the sky is obviously to allow everyone in the entire ninja world to see the screen no matter where they are. There are even various small screens specially prepared for the people in the room. And the chat group that will only be opened when asking questions. You don't really think that such a bizarre screen would play something boring, do you? Nara Shikamaru's words immediately made everyone quiet. Even if you think about it with your toes, you can guess that this matter is not as simple as anyone imagined. Could it be that? Ino brushed his hair and looked Naruto up and down. Could it be that Naruto, you counterattacked? If this big screen does not appear, under normal circumstances, we will be divided into groups of 3 tomorrow, led by a person in charge, Jonin, to carry out the task. Combined with Shikamaru's words and the prompts given on the screen. Naruto, you won't become a ninja too, will you? The protagonist of this article is Uzumaki Naruto. Dear readers, please send some data to give some confidence. Many thanks. Character history. Uzumaki Naruto. In the dim cave, Uchiha Obito sat on a rock with one hand on his knees. The Sharingan on the right flashes a red light. Is this screen showing the fighting style of Konoha village Nine-Tails Jinchuriki? It seems so, Obito. A hoarse voice came from the ground. Black Zetsu crawled out from the ground. This is very helpful for us, we can get more information about Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. HMPH. Uchiha Obito sneered. It feels like this screen has the ability to predict the future. Uchiha Obito is familiar with Naruto. He was the second person besides the midwife to hug Uzumaki Naruto the night the other party just shot. Obito knows Naruto's age and identity well. If this screen does not have the ability to foresee the future, it is impossible to broadcast Naruto's top 10 exciting duels. Well, it would be nice to be able to play footage of us capturing the success of Nine Tails. I'd love to see Konoha village then. No. I really want to see the expression of that trash that can't protect anything. Konoha village. Hitaki Kakashi closed the kissing heaven in his hand, and heaved a sigh of relief. Why? Things are not as simple as I thought. It was thought that Uzumaki Naruto would remain in school and be protected after failing to graduate. Unexpectedly, what third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen said to Kakashi before was true. The opponent asked Hitaki Kakashi to lead Uchiha Sasuke and Uzumaki Naruto. Teach Sasuke to use the Sharingan, and then the two work together to prevent Naruto's rampage. Well, it seems that the third generation must have used some method to make Naruto graduate successfully. Kakashi has one eye drooping. Slightly hopeless. Ah. Fortunately, this screen appeared, otherwise I would really have to take Teacher Minato's son. In case something goes wrong, Mr. Minato knows about it, but he doesn't know how to blame himself. Thinking of this, Hitaki Kakashi glanced at the chat room out of the corner of his eye. Suddenly, a chill rose from behind him. Could it be said that people in the Pure Land world can also see the picture? Kakashi shuddered a few times. He knew very well that if Uzumaki Kushina saw the previously broadcast footage of Naruto's childhood, he would go crazy. I'm afraid it's the kind of madness that even Minato-sensei can't stop. Ah. There is always a bad feeling. Kakashi adjusted his mind, lay down on the bench and looked at the big screen in the sky. The screen has already started. Huh. Kakashi was taken aback, that person. It's really me. Yo. Isn't this Kurigakure's defected ninja? Momochi will never cut it again. Hitaki Kakashi puts his hands in his pockets, and looks like he doesn't regard the opponent as an opponent at all. Fleeing ninja. Uzumaki Naruto shook his head, as if thinking, and then said directly, whatever he is, it doesn't matter, compared to this. Naruto rolled his eyes and stepped out, aiming at the peach tree standing on the tree. However, Hitaki Kakashi reached out and stopped him. Don't come over, back away quickly. This guy is completely incomparable with the opponent from last time. He must be dealt with by me. Naruto, Sasuke, little Sakura, the three of you quickly set up a formation to protect Mr. Dazna. As I expected, Naruto really became a ninja. Liar, he and Sasuke still have. Yamanaka Ino covered his mouth in surprise. The ninja forehead protector on Naruto's head says it all, he really became a ninja. And look at the classes in groups. Uzumaki Naruto's time as a ninja is only in the last few days. But to Ino's displeasure, the girl with Sasuke in the picture is actually her number one love rival, wide forehead Haruno Sakura. Ha ha ha, Ino, are you trying to say that I'm in the same class as Sasuke? Well, don't be too envious, beautiful girls just have such good luck. Haruno Sakura looked at Sasuke standing beside her on the screen, and blushed suddenly. His expression became slightly arrogant and he waved at Ino. HMPH. What's amazing? Perhaps in the next second, you will die under the sword of the man in the bandage. Come on, man with bandages, cut off his forehead quickly. Nani? Ino, how can you say such vicious remarks? Haruno Sakura pinched Yamanaka Ino on the spot. The others glanced at the two of them speechlessly. Then he turned his attention to the battle. Kurigakure's fugitive ninja, Momochi won't cut it again. Inuzuka Teba stroked his chin with a thoughtful look on his face. Is it strong? If not strong, Uzumaki Naruto's battle is not a wonderful match. Kurigakure's peach land will not be cut again. Of course he is very powerful, because. Look at that white hair, he is the famous elite Jonin of our Konoha village, Hitaki Kakashi. He was a genius from an early age. On the lawn of the square, Might Guy said happily, Kakashi is my eternal opponent. I know very well that the opponent who can make him use Sharingan must be very strong. Yes, just as powerful as Mr. Guy. Lee Locke was in awe. He looked at Dao Di Zai Bu Zan on the screen with a serious expression. Although I don't know what kind of performance Naruto will have, but he must be extraordinary to be able to duel with such a powerful opponent. Neji on the side heard the sound, inadvertently showing a little disdain. HMPH. Are the tails of the cranes comforting each other? Neji looked serious. For Uzumaki Naruto, he doesn't hold out any hopes. With elite Jonin Hitaki Kakashi here, what can these genin do? Cooperate. Hee hee. What a joke. I'm afraid it's considered cooperation to set up a formation and stand in front of the protected uncle. After all, it is very likely that Kakashi will lose to Kakashi. What does it have to do with their group of genin? Momochi Zabuza, a man who was famous for his silent killing technique as a grandmaster when he was in Anbu of Mist Shinobi. The killing technique that kills instantly in a quiet environment may have already gone to another world after the reaction. The battle is about to start. Hitaki Kakashi is not an idle person either. The murderous aura of the collision between the two made Uchiha Sasuke have the urge to commit suicide. In the dense fog, even though Zabuza had quietly approached the 7th squad and the others, Kakashi was able to react and hit Zabuza. Unfortunately, it's the water clone technique. If you don't cut your head back and cut off Kakashi's lazy waist, the result is also a water body technique. It's over. Hitaki Kakashi's hand missed Kunai's hand and touched Momochi's neck. Lee. Powerful. Everyone was shocked by the water body technique's temptation between the two. What kind of reaction can this instantaneous adjustment be made? Or in other words, what kind of combat experience do you have to make such a decision in a short time? Shame. Seems like Sharingan Hitaki Kakashi from Konoha village is better. Iwagakure's Onogi floated on the table with his hands behind his back. Granddaughter Haitu's eyes were shining brightly. Hey, Grandpa, why does this Kakashi come from, that even you know about it? Haitu was very surprised. The other party who looked less than 30 years old could be praised by 3rd Tsuchikage. It seems that Hitaki Kakashi is really not an ordinary person. HMPH. That kid has a lot of background. Onogi snorted softly, but didn't say much. He didn't want to tell his granddaughter that during the Third Ninja World War, it was the Kakashi team that blew up the bridge where Iwagakure supplied food. And the other party has a very powerful teacher. Konoha village. As expected of my eternal opponent, Kakashi. Let me just say, Kakashi is super powerful. Might Guy stuck out his thumb, his teeth gleaming. Awesome. Leelok immediately stood up excitedly. However, the slap in the face came so fast. On screen. Hee, Kakashi, this kind of monkey trick can't defeat me. No more sneer. Suddenly appears behind Kakashi. Zabucho, who is held up by Kakashi's neck, is still the body of water. No more chopping and swift strikes, without giving Kakashi a chance to react, and slashing down with one knife. But at the critical moment, Kakashi still squatted down to avoid another blow. However, all of this is within the scope of Zabujan's consideration. Without too much surprise, Zabujan immediately kicked the middle-aged Hitaki Kakashi's body into the lake not far away with a heavy kick among. Bujin chased after him, but was delayed by the hidden weapon left by Kakashi on the way. It's a pity that all this didn't stop me from cutting for a long time. When Hitaki Kakashi leaned out from the lake, he was trapped by the water prison waiting for him. Alas. Careless. Really careless. Kakashi, who was lying on the bench, grinned. Kurigakure. Ow, Terumi-mei and other Kurigakure ninjas who had just lifted the illusion for 4th Mizukage were also attracted by the battle between the two. It's a wonderful battle, don't you think so, Ching? Terumi-mei said with a smile. Kakashi can still respond to being kicked, it's really amazing. Well, I think it's time for us to talk to Bujin again, after all. Ao looked at the sleeping 4th Mizukage. At the beginning, if he didn't kill him, he failed to assassinate 4th Mizukage, which led to his defection. Now that all the mysteries have been solved, the 4th Mizukage at that time has been controlled by illusion. If you don't kill him, you can't stand his actions, so you gather your subordinates to carry out the assassination. It can be said that he wronged the other party. Now that Kurigakure is employing people, being able to call back this Ninja 7-member Zabukure will definitely increase Kurigakure's strength. In a classroom at Konoha village. The clouds that all Xiaoqiang saw were coming and going. Hey! I said. Shouldn't the inventory be Uzumaki Naruto? Why is your person in charge, Jonin, back and forth with this rebel named Zabuza? Yamanaka Ino didn't understand. Besides, your responsibility Jonin doesn't seem to be strong, and you were trapped by someone. Ah. Having said that, Ino gave an evil smile. Responsible for Jonin being trapped, little Sakura. You're going to be hacked to death by that bandage man. Ino's words shocked Haruno Sakura in a cold sweat. Although she is not strong, her brain is still quite clever. The content of the inventory is Uzumaki Naruto's top 10 matchups, which at least proves that Uzumaki Naruto still has a chance to play later. Is it possible that I and Sasuke are really going to die under this man's knife? At this moment, a rough voice laughed. Ha ha ha, you can't say that, Ino. The battle just now shows how powerful Kakashi is. The door opened, and a young man smoking a cigarette and a beautiful woman with purple eyeshadow walked in one after the other. Don't look at Mr. Kakashi being kicked away, but the details of him leaving a hidden weapon to block the opponent are very critical. At least let him have time to come out of the lake and adjust his state. It's a pity that he will move faster if he doesn't chop. You mean to say that the fight between the two is shown to prove their strength, and to lay the groundwork for the subsequent Naruto fight. At least, a wonderful battle is not about pecking at each other. Only by defeating a strong opponent can you prove your own strength. Nara Shikamaru looked at the mustache Asuma with her head in her hands. So smart. Asuma said boldly. As expected of the son of Senior Lu Ju, he inherited his wisdom. I really like you. Everyone heard the sound, and their faces changed suddenly. Uncle and boy. Asuma, what nonsense are you talking about? Seeing this, Yuhihong shook her head speechlessly. Well, let me introduce myself, my name is Yuhihong. He's Asuma. Actually, without this screen inventory, starting tomorrow, I will be in charge of Inuzuka Kiba, Aburame Shino, and Hyuga Hinata as Jonin. Asuma is the Jonin who plays Nara Shikamaru, Akamichi Choji, and Yamanaka Ino. After saying that, Kurenai Yuhi looked at Naruto, Sasuke and Haruno Sakura. I didn't expect your class to be able to meet ghosts and peaches in the mission. I don't know if it's luck or misfortune. Uchiha Sasuke looked at the two Jonins who appeared, eyes slightly closed. According to their words, Doubty Zai Bu Zan must be extremely powerful, at least not weaker than the two guys in front of him. Could it be that Naruto can defeat such a terrible opponent? Sasuke looked at Naruto, and found that his eyes were dull looking at the two people who came in. Obviously, Uzumaki Naruto couldn't understand what they just said. Cut. If you don't cut it, you will really lose to this idiot, right? Instant victory over Jonin from the tail of the crane. Sasuke couldn't believe it, and didn't want to believe it. It's impossible for you to feed him a bottle of stimulants. Kakashi was trapped, Zabuza released the water body again, and the target was the 7th squad on the shore in Dasna they wanted to protect. Facing the body of water that came ashore, Uzumaki Naruto trembled with fright, and his pupils kept trembling. Do you think you are a ninja if you proudly wear a forehead protector? But real ninjas are those who hover between life and death. Only those who are strong enough to be written in this uncle's handbook are qualified to be called real ninjas. Guys like you are not qualified to be called ninjas. The body of the water that will not be cut again speaks arrogantly, forms a mudra with one hand, and disappears into the fog again. When he appeared, he was already in front of Naruto, kicking Naruto several meters away. And, Uzumaki Naruto's forehead protector was trampled underfoot. You people are just brats. Hitaki Kakashi panicked when he saw this, and his voice began to tremble. Hey, you guys. Take Dasna and escape quickly. As long as I am still trapped in the water prison, he cannot leave. Water body can't chase you for a long distance, in short, run away quickly. The development of the situation has entered a tense moment. Everyone is very clear that under normal circumstances, it is impossible to defeat Momochi Zabuza with the current performance of Uzumaki Naruto and others. Somewhere in the ninja world, Shiro held the snow rabbit in his hand, carefully watching the picture on the screen. Don't want to miss a second of the plot. Don't kill Mr. again. Naruto, will he really defeat you? I don't think so, but why didn't you kill him? Bai asked strangely. It stands to reason that in the current situation, Uzumaki Naruto and others are a dead end. If they escape, they do not qualify for the inventory. Deserters, how could it be a wonderful duel? Losing. Ha ha, ha ha. Zai Bu Zan sneered. Although I don't know what happened in the end, how could I suffer from these scared and trembling brats? I think there must be something wrong with the content on this screen, so don't pay too much attention to it. It's a pity that Uchiha Sasuke sneered at Kakashi's proposal. Things have developed to such a point that if you escape, you will definitely be killed. It's better to find a way to rescue Hatake Kakashi. Thinking settled, Sasuke rushed forward quickly and threw several shurikens casually without slashing. However, with just a wave of the water body that will not be cut again, the beheading sword in his hand blocked all the shurikens. Just now, Sasuke let out a loud roar, holding Kuwu from the sky. However, the uncut Shui body smiled contemptuously, stretched out his arm casually and grabbed Sasuke's throat. By the way, with a flick, Sasuke flew several meters away. Sasuke he. Naruto slumped on the ground, looking at Sasuke who flew several meters away. He couldn't believe what he saw. Sasuke, the number one in the same period, that genius Sasuke, was randomly thrown several meters like being thrown a chicken. This is Jonin. This is the real ninja. Naruto turned his head, and the body of water that would not be cut had already come in front of him. The strong aura is like a sharp knife, it has reached Naruto's throat. Uzumaki Naruto stared with fear in his eyes. Not only the body, but even the heart has been shocked by the uncut body of water and began to tremble. I have to escape. If this continues, it will really be killed. Naruto. Everyone in the classroom has been numbed by the content on the screen. What about the wonderful showdown? This has nothing to do with a wonderful matchup, and Uzumaki Naruto's mentality has obviously been frightened to collapse by Zabuza. Moreover, the other party is just the water body that will not be cut again, not himself. Except for Kakashi-sensei, it's impossible for Naruto and the others to deal with opponents like this. Even Sasuke was instantly killed by the opponent's water body. Inuzuka tooth tore at his hair. Not to mention Uzumaki Naruto for now. Uchiha Sasuke is the absolute number one of their period. And also a genius boy. With such strength, Genin was thrown out by the opponent's water body. Randomly trample underfoot. How to spell. Uzumaki Naruto was also dissatisfied with his performance. Fortunately, Sasuke is not the opponent of the other party, otherwise his performance would be laughed to death by everyone. Hey! What are you doing? How can you be frightened like that? You should stand up and respond. I don't know how you became a ninja, but you managed to have your own forehead protector. Are you really willing to be stepped on by the other party? Suddenly, Naruto shouted frantically at himself on the screen. Everyone. Forehead. Is this the so-called not being at the scene and not knowing the horror of the scene? Naruto couldn't have lost his mind and went crazy. However, at this moment, the picture on the screen suddenly stopped, and then a familiar mechanical sound sounded. The following enters the prize-winning question and answer session. Question. What will the ending of Uzumaki Naruto and others look like in the face of the powerful Zabu Zanshui avatar? A. According to Hatake Kakashi, run away. B. Killed by the body of water that will not be cut again. C. Uzumaki Naruto had a flash of inspiration and proposed to Uchiha Sasuke the perfect plan to rescue Hatake Kakashi. D. Uchiha Sasuke used his wisdom to let Naruto cooperate with him to rescue Hatake Kakashi. E. At the moment of life and death, Naruto explodes, and he will not be cut again after defeating him. F. Haruno Sakura used her smart brain to give Naruto and Sasuke ideas, and the three worked together to defeat Zabuza. The discussion group is temporarily opened, and the time limit is 5 minutes. Please discuss it to your heart's content. After 5 minutes, there is 1 minute to make a choice, and the system will randomly select 3 lucky viewers who answered correctly to give rewards. According to the analysis of the current situation, it is completely impossible for Uzumaki Naruto to fight Zabuza. But combined with the general direction of the video inventory, Naruto should have an excellent performance. Everyone in the ninja world is not a fool. The option of escape was quickly ruled out. However, since it is the first time to use the discussion group, no one wants to be the first bird. Every ninja in Ninja Village has their own ghosts, and they are more inclined to talk in private, and then make a choice directly after 5 minutes. Just because they're watching doesn't mean that no one really cares. As soon as the discussion group was opened, someone sent a message. The message is weird though, just a big question mark. Uzumaki Kushina. Seeing the big question mark, Hitaki Kakashi felt his scalp tingling. He knew exactly what the question mark meant, and according to Kushina's temper, something big would definitely happen soon. It's over. Now things may be getting worse. Talk about problems. It seems that the first question did not have a chance to discuss at all. It's just that Uzumaki Kushina's speech proved one thing, that is, the people in the Pure Land world in the chat group launched by the system really exist. And they can see the video just like them. Uzumaki Kushina. Is no one there? Is Sarutobi Hiruzen there? Uzumaki Kushina. I'm talking about 3rd Hokage in Konoha village. It's been so many years. If you don't die of old age, come out to me. Who is this girl with such an arrogant attitude? The entire ninja world was suddenly stunned. The person who opened his mouth to curse was the 3rd Hokage of Konoha village, but he was one of the few cage-level strongmen in the ninja world. Could it be that this person is? Onoki's old eyes narrowed slightly, he thought for a few seconds, and smiled like an old fox. Grandpa, who is this? Why is she so crazy? She is going to talk about Konoha village's 3rd generation. Although it is an opposing ninja village, Sarutobi Hiruzen is also a ninjutsu professor, but he is a very powerful ninja. The black soil is unknown. Onoki didn't say much, and said with a smile, let's not interrupt, just wait and watch the show. Hokage office. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura, the three are straight sluggish. Kushina. What does Kushina mean? Udatain Kaharu asked dissatisfied. She's so indifferent that she calls Hiruzen by her first name directly, and it must be because of what happened to Naruto's childhood. Let me say that this system is uneasy and well-intentioned. Someone must be behind the scenes. Mitokado Homura was aggrieved, and without waiting for Sarutobi Hiruzen to speak, he stepped forward directly. Mitokado Homura. Kushina, who are you calling here? Hiruzen is your elder anyway, 3rd Hokage of Konoha village, how can you call him that? Uzumaki Kushina. Consultant Yan. You're here just in time. Let me ask you, what the hell is going on with Naruto? What have you guys been doing as the top managers of Konoha village? Pure Land world. Uzumaki Kushina's long hair flew wildly in the air. As a Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, she naturally knows why Naruto was excluded. In an instant, she was about to explode with anger. Regarding Naruto's identity, the senior management of Konoha village is not prepared to block the news. And when Naruto talked about the ideal, he specifically mentioned the matter of the 4th Hokage sealing the demon fox. Judging by his expression, he has no idea about his life experience. Even the villagers don't seem to know that he is the 4th Hokage's son, but instead know that he is Jinchuriki. This kind of thing is even more intolerable. Just as a mother, it is impossible for her to expose Naruto Jinchuriki in public. Uzumaki Kushina. What about Sarutobi Hiruzen? You promised me to take good care of Naruto, what happened? He's about to graduate, how can he control chakra so poorly? What's the attitude of the villagers? You didn't tell them anything. Sarutobi Mitsui. Who are you? Shout out here, you can call 3rd Hokage too. Besides, Mr. 3rd Hokage has a lot of work every day. Do you still have to take time to teach that kid how to control chakra? Who is Uzumaki Naruto? Is it special? That's hilarious. Uzumaki Kushina. I think you are blind. As the son of 4th Hokage, Uzumaki Naruto, is there a problem teaching him to control chakra? And, you should ask Sarutobi Hiruzen if you should teach him. Kushina jumped up angrily on the spot. The senior executives of Konoha village may have had their brains eaten by dogs. The reason why Namikaze Minato uses the 8 monsters seal to seal 9 tails is to allow Naruto to use 9 tails chakra. All that was done at the beginning was to seal 9 tails in Naruto's body for the future strategic deployment of Konoha village. It really pissed me off. Kushina gritted her teeth, if it wasn't for worrying that Naruto Jinchuriki's identity would be exposed to others. Kushina wanted to grab Sarutobi Hiruzen and ask him if he should guide Naruto well even for the future of Konoha village. Sarutobi Mitsui. Cut. It's just a demon fox. If it weren't for him, Konoha village would not have been destroyed, and so many people would not have been killed. You have the nerve to say that. As soon as this remark came out, the ninja world was in an uproar. Anyone who has experience with Jinchuriki immediately guessed the identity of Uzumaki Naruto. Onoki. Huh. So Uzumaki Naruto is Nine-Tails Jinchuriki from Konoha village. Fourth Raikage. Hey. As expected of third Hokage, even though he is old, he is still full of courage. He actually asked Jinchuriki to follow Kakashi to fight against Teoda again. Could it be that because of the reaction of the villagers, you changed your method to want Konoha village to lose its tail beast? It's really a good Hokage who thinks of the villagers. Hokage office. Sarutobi Hiruzen was so angry that he almost lost his breath. This Mitsui, who failed to accomplish anything but revealed more, really blinded him. Come on. Sarutobi Hiruzen took the case angrily. Immediately, go and inform me everyone in Konoha village, don't talk nonsense in the discussion group. Shock. In the classroom, everyone turned their eyes to Uzumaki Naruto. Demon Fox. Who is the Demon Fox? Sarutobi Mitsui seems to be saying that Naruto is a demon fox. Who is this senior called Uzumaki Kushina? He seems to care about Naruto very much. Haruno Sakura glanced at Kushina, a big beauty with red hair. And, what makes them most crazy is Naruto's identity. It turned out to be the son of 4th Hokage. Naruto. Are you really the son of the 4th Hokage? This is definitely the biggest news ever. Uzumaki Naruto is the son of Konoha village 4th Hokage. Yamanaka Ino and the others' eyes widened in disbelief, almost popping out. But Sasuke is different from ordinary people. At this moment, he was so excited that his body began to tremble. He already smelled something more important to him than Naruto's identity. Kushina, that Uzumaki Kushina is most likely Naruto's dead mother. If so, then I can also talk to my late mother again through this discussion group. I don't know, who is my father? 4th Hokage. Is he my father? Uzumaki Naruto himself froze in place. The sudden news caught him off guard. His most admired idol is actually his father. So, what happened to the father who defeated the fox back then? Why did that Mitsui just say that he is a demon fox? For a moment, Uzumaki Naruto only felt that his mind was in a mess, and he didn't know how to face all this. The reason why he was excluded was because of his biological father. He couldn't accept this kind of truth for a while. Seeing this, Asuma immediately coughed a few times, and said softly, Naruto. Now that things have come to this point, let me tell you the truth. Your true identity is indeed the son of the 4th Hokage and Nine-Tails Jinchuriki of Konoha village. In order to prevent the village from losing 9 tails, 4th Hokage sealed 9 tails in your body. Of course, his wish is to allow you to use the power of 9 tails reasonably. Having said that, Asuma felt stuck, not knowing how to proceed. This matter has been concealed from Naruto for 12 years, and the other party must not accept it for a while. Asuma, let Naruto calm down first. Kuranu Yuhi sighed. However, the fact that Uzumaki Naruto is Nine-Tails Jinchuriki exploded in the ninja world. If he really is Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, then the battle with Zabuza will be another situation. It seems that there is no discussion in the discussion group, but in fact, a lot of important information has been leaked. Don't kill Mr. again. Jinchuriki. Bai looked suspiciously at Zabuza, and at this time Zabuza's face had turned livid. It never occurred to him that Uzumaki Naruto was actually a Jinchuriki, or even Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Have you never eaten pork or seen a pig run? Besides, if you don't cut it, you have really eaten pork. The 4th Mizukage he assassinated was Jinchuriki. Good guy. The power after the transformation is so terrifying. Even thinking about it now, I can't help but tremble in my legs if I don't cut it. Could it be that this kid was transformed by me? I was defeated directly after the outbreak. No longer stare at the E option on the screen. Why does it feel so bad? Pure Land World. Looking at the discussion on the public screen, Kushina suddenly regretted it. It was all my own impulse that led to the identity of Naruto Jinchuriki being exposed by blind people. However, all of this was the fault of the Konoha village executives. Especially the information obtained from Mitsuguchi. Naruto killed the villagers. Come on, there was a masked man who summoned 9 tails when his birth seal was weak. I really don't know how the higher-ups explained to the villagers why everything is Naruto's fault. Shimura Danzo, Hiruzen, you are wrong. Kushina just wanted to ask about the specific situation. Can you just explain it to her? No one is perfect, and Hokage makes mistakes sometimes. There is no shame in admitting mistakes. Root tissue, Danzo beamed. For many years, he has never been so happy as today. Hiruzen. You deserve it. You have today too. Puff. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who was in the office, saw this message and almost spat out old blood. Sure enough, Shimura Danzo at the critical moment will definitely add fuel to his fire. What to do? For a moment, Sarutobi Hiruzen felt overwhelmed. If you don't give everyone an explanation for this kind of thing, it's really hard to justify. But to give an explanation, he didn't know where to start. At the critical moment, the information in the discussion group made everyone shut up on the spot. Senju Hashirama. Senju Hashirama. Is Tobarama here? If you are, come out and say a few words, first give an explanation to Mito's clan. Seeing this, Senju Tobarama was in the mood to flip the table. Brother actually interrupted at such a time. I really fear that the world will not be chaotic. But even if they are dead, as Hokage, you can't watch the village being ridiculed by others. Senju Tobarama. This incident is definitely the monkey's fault, his character is too indecisive, and he is too poor in handling Jinchuriki. Senju Tobarama. I definitely want to make Jinchuriki stronger, and I'm afraid that when Jinchuriki uses chakra, he will go berserk and he won't be able to deal with it properly. Anyway, the monkey is not doing well, but I hope everyone can be peaceful. Let's go first participate in the prize contest. Senju Tobarama. When there is a chance, let the monkey apologize to you, that junior named Kushina, what do you think? Cut. Two hypocritical brothers. Uchiha Madara stared dismissively at the discussion group. Senju Tobarama, in particular, is clearly making excuses for his apprentice. As Hokage of Ninja Village, indecisive. Since he knew he was indecisive and chose him to succeed Hokage, this is clearly Senju Tobarama's inappropriate employment. It's really embarrassing to speak up. Madara snorted. Senju Tobarama has said so much, who would say anything, isn't that too ignorant? There was little time left for discussion. But everyone probably has the answer in their hearts. In the classroom, Yamanaka Ino asked Shikamaru excitedly, Shikamaru, quickly analyze the answer to this question. I'm ready to answer. Shikamaru glanced listlessly at Ino upon hearing that. Women really are troublesome creatures. But for the analysis of the problem, Nara Shikamaru is still very interested. Actually, in the discussion group just now, everyone talked about the secret hidden in Naruto. Although I don't know what Jinchuriki is, it seems to be a terrible power. For this reason, option E makes sense. After all, if you don't push Naruto into a hurry, it may really explode with terrifying power. Only. Shikamaru paused, and continued after 2 seconds. The title of the video has the word, coordination, so there should be something to explain it. C and D in the options, as well as the last option F, all have the meaning of cooperation. However, based on the difference between Naruto's mentality and behavior in the face of Zabuza and Sasuke, it can be seen that Sasuke's on-the-spot performance is much stronger than Naruto. Haruno Sakura's words. The same is not as good as Sasuke's. So I think option D is the most reliable. D option. Uchiha Sasuke used his wisdom to let Naruto cooperate with him to rescue Hatake Kakashi. This option does seem to be the one that fits best together. Everyone in the classroom showed admiration to Shikamaru. But Shikamaru, the title also says the seal is broken. I wonder if Naruto unsealed Jinchuriki, the incarnation of the seal, and defeated him directly. In that case, option E also makes sense. Aburame Shino, who had been silent all this time, spoke suddenly. No. Absolutely not. Even if Naruto breaks the seal, the location should be on a certain bridge. And the system said that the prize contest is during the video playback. So, even if we answer the questions, it doesn't mean the stocktaking will be over. Sharp. There is no flaw in the reasoning. Asuma and Kurenai Yuhi looked at each other and gave Shikamaru approval. So Sasuke used his wisdom and asked Naruto to cooperate with him and rescued Hitaki Kakashi. When Naruto, who was still immersed in grief, heard that it was Sasuke's wisdom that allowed him to cooperate, he immediately became unhappy. Hey! Why is it Sasuke? I must be me, okay. You always look down on me, this time I will tell you with practical actions that I am right. Naruto said unwillingly. As soon as the voice fell, the system's voice sounded again. Discussion time is over, everyone is asked to make their own answers within 1 minute. Uzumaki Kushina. I choose C, I must trust my son. Son. Could it be that? In an instant, Uzumaki Naruto only felt a warm current rushing through his heart. It turned out that this person named Uzumaki Kushina was his mother. No wonder she was so emotional just now, she was about to yell at third generation. Uchiha Makoto. I choose D, sorry Kushina, I also believe in my son. Mother. Sasuke looked at the public screen, his body trembled, tears almost flowed out. His idea is not wrong, he can really communicate with his mother again through the discussion group. Uzumaki Naruto. I choose C, I can't lose to Sasuke. Sorry, Naruto. Although I know you are special, but I still think Sasuke is more likely, sorry. Yamanaka Ino smiled embarrassingly. Yamanaka Ino. I choose D. Inazuka Tooth. I choose D. Aburame Shino. I choose D. Hyuga Hinata. I choose C. Huh. Hinata. Seeing this, everyone looked at Hinata who was sitting on the seat. After this glance, Hinata looked shy, his hands didn't know what to do, and kept pointing fingers at each other. Tweaked. That. I think Naruto, should be fine, it should be fine. Hinata. Seeing this, Naruto suddenly wrinkled his nose. You are such a nice person. On the lawn of Konoha village. Lilac turned around. Mr. Guy, I'm going to choose F. I know that girl named Haruno Sakura, she is an excellent person. Might Guy. Oh. Lee, this is also a kind of youth, but you are still too young. Youth is eruption. The correct answer is E, Naruto boy will be defeated with a powerful eruption. Nani. Teacher Guy. Lilac looked regretful and regretful. I shouldn't be arrogant. Neji and Tiantian looked at the two in front of them with loveless eyes, neither of them made a choice. It's just that when Neji saw Hinata's choice, his face showed a little contempt. Win an award. Really an interesting behavior. The 1-minute answer time will soon be over. The option with the most answers is indeed option E, and the vast majority of people are more optimistic about the identity of Naruto Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Even Bai, under Zabuza's gesture, chose E. He wanted to see what the so-called reward was. However, there are also many people who did not participate in the prize-winning contest. Especially the dignified people in every village, they don't want to act so hopeless from the beginning. After all, everything is a beginning, and no one knows what direction things will develop. If the so-called reward is a trap, it will be troublesome to lose face at that time. There were less than 10 seconds left in the answering time. Senju Hashirama. I choose F. After all, everyone in the village is a family. Naturally, the family must work together to overcome difficulties. Senju Tobarama is speechless. Brother. I beg you not to post public screens indiscriminately, it's too embarrassing. After everyone finished answering, the system did not reveal the answer, but closed the discussion group and continued to play the follow-up content. Uzumaki Naruto, who was frightened by Zabuza, finally brought up a little courage. Turn your head and get up to escape. But the moment he got up on the ground, the pain from his hand made him stunned. Ah! Naruto, who was already frightened into cold sweat, glanced at the bandage wrapped around the back of his hand. This is the back of my hand that I pierced with kunai when I was poisoning the wound in the fight against Brother Ghost. In order to make an oath that I want to become a real ninja. I will swear with my left hand. I will never fall into a situation where I need someone to save me again. I will not shrink back, nor will I escape. You're not hurt, coward. Sasuke's words kept echoing in Naruto's mind. Naruto, it's hard to become a ninja. He admits that he doesn't have Sasuke's talent and is the bottom of the class, but in his heart, he doesn't want to lose to Sasuke. I will not lose to Sasuke. Naruto recalled the various vows he made. The originally terrified expression has been relieved. Turning his head to look, the place where his gaze reaches is the ninja forehead protector at Zabuku's feet. Naruto, come here, I have something to give you. After defeating Mizuki, Iruka and Naruto squatted in the forest. Iruka's face is full of smiles. Congratulations on your graduation. I want to become Hokage, and let the people in the village recognize me. Naruto thought of his ideal, and stood up slowly. I don't know where the courage came from, but he actually rushed towards Zabuza sullenly. Even Kakashi, who was trapped in the water prison, his pupils trembled in fright after seeing this scene. Stupid, idiot, don't go there. Humph. Idiot. Zabuza looked at the rushing Naruto, and didn't pay attention to him at all. With a wave of his hand, he vomited blood from Naruto and knocked him flying several meters away. That is. Seeing Uzumaki Naruto who got up again after being beaten, everyone in the ninja world was slightly stunned. The thing in his hand is the previous forehead protector. Yes, it is indeed his forehead protector. Uzumaki Naruto can do it. He actually got his forehead protector back with physical resistance. Well, after all, the forehead protector is very important, it is an important object representing his ninja identity. A ninja who loses his forehead protector is like losing his dignity. On other levels, this kind of thing is worse than losing your life. Hey! The one without eyebrows. Rewrite my name in your handbook, remember me as a man who will become Hokage sooner or later. Konoha Village Ninja, Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto fastened the forehead protector on his forehead again, and his expression changed from the fear just now to quite indifferent. Sasuke, bring your ears closer. Naruto laughed. Why? Sasuke Fox asked. I have a battle strategy. Naruto said to himself. As soon as this remark came out, Sasuke couldn't help being surprised. I didn't expect that under such circumstances, Naruto would actually. Although the heart was shocked, Sasuke was arrogant and unwilling to admit Naruto's excellence, and then snorted coldly. Huh. You actually know how to work as a team. He said so, but Uchiha Sasuke's body has honestly come to Naruto's side. Nani. When all the audience saw this, they already understood the answer to the quiz with prizes. The correct answer is C. The strategy was initiated by Naruto, Sasuke cooperated, and the two rescued Hitaki Kakashi. Others don't understand, but Konoha Village, Naruto's contemporaries are completely sluggish. Impossible. Correct answer. No, the strategy to save Mr. Hitaki Kakashi was initiated by Naruto. Everyone in the classroom stared at Naruto with the same blank expression. Isn't this guy good for nothing but pranks? When did his mind become so bright? On the other hand, the talented Uchiha Sasuke, who was number one in the same period, became a foil to the tail of the crane on the battlefield with Zabuza. Hey! Naruto, what the hell is going on here? When did you get so smart? Inuzuka and Akamaru on his head, the master and servant stared at each other, the content in the video really almost blinded their eyes. Naruto. When did that funny guy get so smart? Me. Well. Actually, I've always been pretending before, so I'm not so stupid, ha ha ha. This is the first time Naruto has been recognized by his classmates, and he couldn't help but feel proud. HMPH. It's really an idiot. Sasuke squinted at Naruto, like an idiot. However, he also did not expect the development of things to be so dramatic. In Sasuke's heart, he should really be the one to initiate the plan, and Naruto should be the assistant. I said Naruto, don't get too complacent. I think it's definitely not easy to deal with if you don't cut it. Ah. Really, the more I talk, the more curious you and Sasuke used to rescue Kakashi-sensei. Fortunately, little Sakura doesn't seem to be able to help at all. Curious things, don't forget to stimulate Haruno Sakura. It's annoying, Ino. Do you think you'll perform well when you're there? I guess if you don't cut it when you meet him, you'll probably wet your pants in fright. When the two were arguing, a clearly visible barrage floated from the top of the screen. Congratulations to Uzumaki Kushina, Uzumaki Naruto, and Hyuga Hinata for winning the rewards of this quiz. The rewards will be distributed uniformly after the inventory is over. The video is about to show Uzumaki Naruto's highlights. Although the picture of him swearing with his left hand before was very inspiring. However, this is the ninja world. Ninja, as Zabuza said, is constantly hovering on the brink of death, and treats every mission with such awareness. A ninja like this can be called a real ninja. HMPH. Ninja battles are not small fights. Fourth Raikage of Cloud Shinobi Village suddenly remembered who Momochi Zabuchi was. Kurigakure's rebellious tolerance, ghosts and peaches will never be cut again. The opponent's strength is definitely not to be underestimated. With the two genins of Konoha village alone, is there really a way to save Hitaki Kakashi from his hands? Fourth Raikage is skeptical. So what if Naruto is Nine-Tails Jinchuriki? A Jinchuriki who cannot control the power of the tailed beast is called a runaway. If it goes completely berserk, Jinchuriki will die. The power of Jinchuriki's rampage is not the power of a ninja at all. Instead, it will only bring disaster to itself. I'd like to see what genin from Konoha village is up to. I really don't know how to learn lessons. Zabuza suddenly laughed. The uncontrollable laughter is full of mockery of Naruto and Sasuke's strategy. In his opinion, the two dolls in front of him may have been dazzled by blood. You two, how long are you going to play ninja games? When I was your age, my hands were already covered with blood. The aura of not slashing again suppressed the three members of the 7th class. The confidence I mentioned just now seemed to be suppressed for a while. At the same time, Hitaki Kakashi in the water prison said in panic, will the ghosts and peaches not be cut again? Could it be that? Hey, looks like you've heard about it. That's right, I just took the graduation exam where my peers killed each other. Friends who all ate in the same pot are divided into groups of 2. Until one of them dies. Is that a lie? There are such cruel regulations. In the classroom, except for Asuma and Kurenai Yuhi, the other students were all terrified looking at the calm expression on the screen. When the other party said such words, he didn't have the slightest emotion. Killing a partner in the same period feels like killing an enemy. This is very different from the companionship philosophy passed down at Konoha village. For a while, everyone couldn't accept this fact. However, it also shows the ruthlessness of Zunbuju. Facing such an enemy, Uzumaki Naruto, can they really take advantage? Why do I feel that the video played on this screen is fake? Inuzuka grinned. It's too unreal. How could this kind of person be put together by Naruto and Sasuke? Perhaps underestimating the enemy. Besides, the system doesn't seem to say that Naruto will defeat Zabuza, but that he and Sasuke will rescue Kakashi-sensei from the water prison. Shikamaru looked serious. It's just that in his heart, he doesn't really believe that Uzumaki Naruto can really have good attention. Next to the water dungeon is the main body of Zabuchi, although the main body cannot move because Kakashi is trapped. But just one water body can teach Naruto Sasuke's strength, and it is difficult for Naruto and Sasuke to get close to the main body. Not to mention saving Kakashi. It's not a big deal. I heard that Kurigakure made reforms because of the appearance of a teenager. That boy didn't hesitate at all during the exam, and killed more than 100 students who took the exam by himself. Asuma took a deep drag on the cigarette, and looked at Hitaki Kakashi who was also talking about it on the screen. And that boy is exactly the person Naruto and the others are facing, and he will never be beheaded again. Nani? The classroom suddenly exploded. Inuzuka Kiba stared blankly at the three of Uzumaki Naruto who were terrified on the screen. Looking again at Asuma who said the same thing as Kakashi. Ms. Asuma, it's true. What Kakashi said on the screen is true and not exaggerated. Asuma smoked leisurely, then smiled and said, I'm really curious about what Naruto can do. However, Uzumaki Naruto in the classroom swallowed nervously, and his back was covered in cold sweat. Can the self in the video really save Hitaki Kakashi from such a terrifying enemy? Momochi Zabuza's water body seems to have lost his patience. After the chat, he made a sudden attack, and within a second, Uchiha Sasuke was trampled under his feet. A few feet down, Sasuke spat out a mouthful of blood, completely powerless to fight back. It's over. The opponent has already made a move. It's scary. Sasuke and Naruto are not at all on the same level as Zabuza. Yes, just the body of water can completely kill them in seconds. The point is that Uzumaki Naruto doesn't seem to have had time to discuss his plans with Sasuke. All the audience was confused for a moment. If you don't cut it again, you won't be foolish and really wait for the two to discuss a strategy to deal with you. What are they going to do next? You ask me, how do I know? Looking at Sasuke, who was guessed at the bottom of his feet, Kakashi in the water prison was so nervous that his eyes showed blue veins. When the situation became more and more serious, Naruto couldn't care less, and made seals with both hands, multiple shadow clone technique. The next moment, dozens of shadow clones suddenly appeared, and they all took out the water that will never be cut off again. Roar. Shadow clone technique. Not bad, there are really a lot of them. Seeing this, Bujin kicked Sasuke out by the way, then withdrew his energy and looked at Naruto's dozens of shadow clone. Etc. Etc. Look at the neat shadow clone on the screen. The audience stared even more. I remember Naruto's clone technique. You remember correctly, he couldn't even complete a clone technique successfully. How could he split so many shadow clone? That's shadow clone, and it needs to consume a lot of chakra. Hey, guess if the video played by this system is something from another world, or how did Uzumaki Naruto do it? Pure Land World. Uzumaki Kushina's eyes lit up. Naruto can use multiple shadow clone, which means that his chakra has slowly begun to be used by himself. But this situation also shows that the 8-sign seal in Naruto's body has become loose. It looks like Naruto should have used 9 tails chakra before this. However, it shouldn't be as serious as running away. Kushina whispered a few words, the joy faded, and a little worry appeared on her face again. Dozens of shadow clone jumped up angrily, and pressed Zabuza's body layer by layer under their bodies. The gap between the two is too great, and the gap between the avatars is also a world of difference. No matter how many shadow clones Naruto has, they are not as powerful as the one who can't kill a water clone. Ha! Shui Shui let out an angry roar, and swung his arms vigorously. Uzumaki Naruto's body and shadow clone were thrown out immediately. Bang bang bang. The shadow clone kept disappearing as it flew out, and bursts of smoke rose. Naruto was rummaging through his school bag while gliding. This is the only way to defeat this guy. Suddenly, in Zabuza's sight, he took out the Fuma Shuriken just now, and shouted at Sasuke, Sasuke. Sasuke turned his head when he heard the words, and saw that Naruto had already thrown the shuriken towards him. Sasuke doesn't know what Naruto's intention is, but he still takes the Fuma Shuriken. The moment the shuriken is in hand, Uchiha Sasuke stared blankly, and instantly understood Naruto's intention, so that's what happened. For you, this has been done very well. Zabuza looked at Sasuke, who turned around in a puzzled way, not knowing what the two little devils in front of him wanted to do. Fumo Shuriken. Shadow Windmill. Uchiha Sasuke took a few seconds to deliberately unfold the Fuma Shuriken for Zabuza to take a look. He, Shuriken. This thing is of no use to me. Zabuza chuckled lightly. However, at the next moment, Sasuke struggled to throw the shuriken. For him, throwing the shuriken is an extremely good item for him. This point, Naruto is also very clear. The shuriken did not attack the body of the water, but went straight to the body of Zabuza on the lake. Oh. Is this attack aimed at the main body? Zabuza still had a look of disdain on his face. Just like the movement in his hand, he casually grabbed the shuriken thrown by Sasuke. Zabuza twirled the Fumo Shuriken, just about to continue to taunt, but saw another shuriken attacking not far away. Zabuza was taken aback. Is there a shuriken in the shuriken? This is Shadow Shuriken technique. The speed of the shuriken spinning is getting faster and faster, and the distance is getting closer and closer. Seeing that the shuriken is about to hit the body that will not be cut again. No more chopping, but a light jump, the whole body jumps up directly. The spinning Fuma Shuriken flew from under his legs, spinning and flying backwards. Haha, good performance, but still too naive. Those who dodge the shuriken don't chop again, with a proud face. This feeling of giving hope to the other party and crushing it is really satisfying. The plans of those two little devils have failed, and they have fallen into despair with nothing to do. However, Sasuke's mouth curled into a smug smile. Boom. At the same time, the spinning shuriken suddenly turned into a smoke screen. I feel bad if I don't cut it anymore. I try my best to turn my head and look behind me. The shuriken I dodged just now turned into Uzumaki Naruto. What? The face of Zabuza finally revealed the first surprise. Naruto didn't give him much time to react, he had already thrown a kunai at him. Kunai's goal is to chop off the head again. With no time to think about it, Zabuza quickly withdrew and left. Even so, kunai still scratched his face. However, with this dodge, the water prison technique that he trapped Kakashi was cracked. Hitaki Kakashi, finally free. If you don't behead the whole person, you will be dumbfounded. He is a majestic ghost, Teoda Zabuza, who used to be the elite of Kurigakure's assassination team, and one of the 7 ninja swordsmen. Unexpectedly, was teased by 2 brats. What on earth is it? What happened to the second Fuma Shuriken, and why did Uzumaki Naruto become? Annoyed, Zabuza couldn't figure out where there was a problem in the whole process. When was the second Fuma Shuriken changed to Uzumaki Naruto? Even if he was affected by the first Fumo Shuriken, the opponent would not have time to prepare in less than 2 seconds. Could it be that from the very beginning? Zabuza hurriedly looked at the big screen. The rescued Hitaki Kakashi and Zabuza stand on the lake facing each other. Uzumaki Naruto floated in the lake with a proud face. The original Shadow Clone was not prepared to defeat Zabuza. The purpose of Shadow Clone is to hide my identity. Naruto smiles until his eyes are narrowed into a line. My Shadow Clone was being repelled by Zabu and sliding. I left a Shadow Clone behind, and I turned into a Fuma Shuriken, and let the Shadow Clone put me in a backpack. Then throw the Fuma Shuriken, that is, throw me to Sasuke. When Sasuke took it, he would have instantly realized that it was me, and then he took out his Fuma Shuriken to use the Shadow Shuriken technique. What? Zabuza's pupils dilated, and at the same time, he felt a little resignation in his heart. It turned out that at the very beginning, he fell for Uzumaki Naruto's trick. The mist shinobi technique, which I am proud of, was actually used by the other party. The key opponents are the 2 genin who have just left the village. How embarrassing. For Zabuza, this kind of public broadcast content is simply his death sentence. In classrooms, several people kept blinking their eyes. It seems a little strange. Mainly, this operation is too incredible. It turned out that since Naruto asked Sasuke to come to talk about the plan, he had already had detailed operation steps in his mind. Even if he couldn't say it, he still did it. If you don't chop again, you will never have thought that your mist shinobi technique will block your vision. Yuhihong was shocked. Such an astonishing operation was actually completed by 2 genins, and they were completed in perfect cooperation without successful communication. That's true, and the smoke screen produced during the disappearance of Naruto's Shadow Clone confuses the judgment of whether to kill again. Asuma looked at Naruto approvingly. The smoke screen produced by the disappearance of Shadow Clone happened to cover the smoke screen produced by transformation technique. In addition, all operations are done in one go, and the completion time is short. If the opponent's concentration is not 100% focused, it is really difficult to find the variables. Ino and Haruno Sakura twinkled their eyes, looking at Uzumaki Naruto who was rubbing his chin in thought. Cheating and cheating. Naruto shouldn't be so smart, how can he be so smart? Also, didn't he and Sasuke never get along? Where did the tacit understanding come from? Uzumaki Naruto's set of behaviors is simply neat. While the Shadow Clone and the main body were gliding in a straight line one after the other, the moment the main body transformed into a Fuma Shuriken, the Shadow Clone turned around at the same time. There was no extra movement with both hands, and he used the gap on the backpack to copy the Fuma Shuriken into the bag directly during the process of turning around. Then Shadow Clone pretended to be the real body and threw the Fuma Shuriken to Sasuke. Is this guy really a crane tail? The audience in the ninja world became suspicious. This set of movements is not something that ordinary genin can do easily. There is no 9 tails rampage as everyone imagined, and there is no arrogance. But Naruto's performance is even more impressive. Combining with the terrain environment at that time, using his own behavior that can be done, and cooperating with his companions, he performed a very beautiful rescue operation. It can be said that it has reached the textbook level of teamwork. This battle is really exciting. Come here, record the situation of this battle, and explain it to our students as a classic case of teamwork. Ninjas' battle is to use the terrain environment to match their own advantages and cooperate with their companions. But just 2 genins can make ghosts and peaches die again. Fourth Raikage from Cloud Shinobi Village shook his head. As expected of genin from Konoha Village, there are really a lot of talents. His eyes locked on Uzumaki Naruto on the screen. The bloodline of the Uzumaki clan, the Jinchuriki of the 9 tails. Raikage thought for a few seconds with interest. This kid definitely inherited his father's talent, and he is indeed a good ninja seedling. And that Uchiha. Powerful bloodline, terrifying talent. In addition, Uchiha companions who also enjoy the reputation of an elite family in the ninja world. Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke, if they keep working together, this pair will be very scary in the future. The combination of the 2 of them may surpass our Abi combination in the future. In a classroom at Konoha Village. To say that the most shocking person in the ninja world is Uchiha Sasuke, who is sitting in the last row by the window. No. Was it really hit by this guy? Even though Sasuke was not convinced, he knew very well that in this battle, Naruto's performance was much better than his own. Under the circumstances at the time, Sasuke's judgment was not wrong. Combining all options, saving Hitaki Kakashi was definitely the right choice. But he chose to defeat the body of water that would never be cut again. In the end, not only did he not succeed, but the other party beat him violently and almost lost his life. However, Uzumaki Naruto, under such high pressure, unexpectedly thought of a way to save Kakashi in a flash of inspiration. This guy. Sasuke glanced at Naruto, who was already sitting in the front row. Is this really that idiot who only makes trouble for himself every day and plays silly and funny every day? The key point is that I usually call the other party one by one, but in the end I have to delay the other party's blessing. It's really shocking enough. It's really unbelievable that I fought alongside Sasuke. Uzumaki Naruto pursed his lips and muttered with a dissatisfied expression. It stands to reason that I should be the one who defeats it myself before not beheading it. Although Naruto's murmurs were not loud, the classroom space was not that big either. The faces of the students sitting in the classroom sank slightly after hearing this. Hey, I say Naruto, don't be proud. The person played in the video is indeed you, but it is not you now. What's more, now that you haven't faced the real Zabuza, have you forgotten the scene in the picture where you were frightened and wanted to escape? Inuzuka Tooth said vigorously. Uzumaki Naruto, who is eye-catching on the screen, makes him a little envious. Naruto's handsome appearance has been seen by the whole ninja world. Why isn't there such a good opportunity for everyone in the ninja world to know themselves? I think what the Tooth said is right. It's one thing for us to watch the content, and it's definitely another experience to be on the scene. Of course I think the situation on the scene must be more exciting than what we watched. Aburame Shino immediately added. Naruto. Hinata rubbed her fingers, her face turned slightly rosy. She recalled the scene just now. Naruto went from wanting to run away in fear to remembering his own determination. And finally realized what I said. This is why I have always admired Naruto. No matter what difficulties the other party encounters, they will find ways to overcome them, unlike myself, who always lack the courage to face difficulties. Take a look. Screen shifted to the bridge. Ino yelled and interrupted everyone's thoughts. Everyone immediately focused their attention on the screen. However, at this time, there is a masked ninja beside Zabuza. It seems that in the battle just now, Mr. Kakashi beat him away and didn't kill him. This guy called his helper and came back to take revenge. Ino suddenly said coquettishly. I thought Naruto's opponent had changed, but I didn't expect to kill him again. Nara Shikamaru. Hey. I said Ino, in terms of strength, it is impossible for Naruto to win. Is there a possibility that the masked ninja is Naruto's opponent? It's a pity that the voice just fell. Shikamaru felt that he had overlooked something. The seal is lifted. In an instant, Shikamaru's face changed slightly. Maybe you are right, if you don't want to be beheaded, you will be begging again. No more killing and attacking again with Bai. It's just puzzling that Uzumaki Naruto, who is the protagonist of the biography, did not appear. Instead, the masked Shiro and Uchiha Sasuke fought, and Hitaki Kakashi was still the opponent who did not cut. Clang clang clang. Shinbin and Kunai's clashing voices kept ringing in my ears. Both Sasuke and Bai moved very quickly and made quick moves. In this basic collision, neither side took advantage. I don't want to kill you, but you don't seem to have any intention of retreating. Bai used Chinban to suppress the kunai in Sasuke's hand. The calm tone made Sasuke show disdain. What stupid things are you talking about? Sure enough. Bai's tone was still calm. If this is the case, you won't be able to keep up with my speed in the next battle. And the water stains on the ground are already my first advantage. The second advantage is that I have already suppressed one of your hands. Therefore, you can only defend against my attack. Bai's words puzzled the audience. The two sides just played a 50-50 situation under the basic physical skills, but the opponent has already issued an ultimatum to Sasuke. It seemed that he could kill Sasuke in the next second. Yinin Village. Orochimaru stared at Sasuke on the screen, couldn't help the excitement in his heart, and habitually stuck out his tongue and licked it. Is that Uchiha Sasuke? I didn't expect to be able to see his battle. What a pity, doesn't this guy turn on Sharingan like his big brother did? Orochimaru stared into the on-screen commander's dark eyes. For a moment, Orochimaru's expression became serious. Unable to open Uchiha of Sharingan, doomed to failure. But if Sasuke can't even open the Sharingan, then he is really worthless. Ah, that's really bad news. Orochimaru shrugged slightly. Forget it. Anyway, I have plenty of time to train him. In classrooms, Uchiha Sasuke looked at Shiro on the screen with disdain. Obviously, the opponent doesn't know his strength at all, but he hasn't activated his Sharingan yet. Huh. That guy in the mask seems very arrogant. How dare you speak so brazenly? All the students felt like laughing. Anyway, Sasuke is the number one in our class, and he's a genius. Yes. Also, Sasuke was the one who threw the Fuma Shuriken and rescued Kakashi-sensei. Ha! Uzumaki Naruto, who was sitting in the front row, stared at the sound and turned back dissatisfied. Hey! I came up with that idea. Why does the credit go to Sasuke? What? Naruto, after all, it was the Fuma Shuriken thrown by Sasuke. If it were you, would you be able to throw it so accurately? Nani? Uzumaki Naruto had never heard such a strong reason. However, it is undeniable that Sasuke's Shuriken throwing technique is indeed above himself. Also, what a wonderful duel this is. Naruto, if you're really good, beat a ninja face to face and let us see. Fool guys. Uzumaki Naruto turned around and sat on the chair with an angry look that was really funny. HMPH. Just wait, I'm sure to surprise you. Fight again. Sasuke didn't dare to be careless, and still confronted Bai seriously. However, at this time, a sudden change occurred. Shiro stretches out his free arm, and starts to seal in front of Sasuke with one hand. What? One-handed seal. Even Hitaki Kakashi, who was not far away, was stunned. Secret art Chinsha Shuixiang. After the white seal is completed, one foot is stacked. The water stains on the bridge surface collectively rose into the air, turning into ice cone-shaped Chinban. Don't want to kill him. It looks like what you said is true, Bai. Seeing this, Zabuza muttered. One-handed seal. All the audience's eyes widened in shock. As an ordinary ninja, making seals is also a key behavior to reflect the strength of a ninja. After all, the speed of sealing is the key to grasping the initiative in battle. Ui. Ninja battles are ever-changing. If you want to use ninjutsu duel, whoever can raise the seal will release ninjutsu first. The chances of winning will naturally be greater. This guy is not simple. Sasuke thought to himself. But he sneered at the words of not beheading. It's like saying that anyone who comes here can kill himself. However, what Sasuke was more curious about was where did Uzumaki Naruto go? The battle on the bridge, the lifting of the seal. Lift the seal. Uchiha Sasuke looked suspiciously at Uzumaki Naruto who had his back turned to him. Naruto. What will this guy do? However, Sasuke's hard-fought jump not only escaped Shiro's Sensha Mizusho. It even dodges behind Bai at an extremely fast speed. In an instant, Bai kicked and flew out. It's a pity that Sasuke was so proud that within a minute, Bai used another secret technique. Magic Mirror Ice Crystal. In an instant, layers of ice-like mirrors surrounded it. Bai Dandan walked in from a mirror, and all the mirrors immediately reflected his figure. What is this? Sasuke frowned puzzled. Hitaki Kakashi outside just wanted to come to support, but was stopped by Zabuza. Kakashi, your opponent is me. Next, let me show you the real speed. Bai said calmly and very casually. The voice falls. A swift 1,000 bullets passed over Sasuke's shoulder and directly pierced his clothes. Before Sasuke felt the pain, another 1,000 copies struck behind him, cutting his arm. The next second, thousands of overwhelming attacks came from all directions, and Sasuke had no chance of resisting at all. The kunai in his hand was also hit by Chinban, and the moment he was shot down, the kunai was shot several meters away. Shock. What happened? All the audience were startled. What kind of ninjutsu is this? Why have I never seen it before? At that time, seeing Bai's single-handed seal, everyone could see that Bai was unusual. But he didn't expect Bai to have such terrifying fighting power. Look at the shape of the magic crystal ice crystal. Third Hokage, who is a ninjutsu professor, looked slightly condensed. Ninjutsu related to ice. This is a new escape technique produced by the fusion of water attribute chakra Hefeng attribute chakra. Ice escape. Sarutobi Hiruzen stared at the screen sharply. As soon as this remark came out, Udatane Kaharu and Mitokado Homura were taken aback. Hiruzen, you mean? Yes, that boy with a mask named Bai is using blood successor boundary. There are two kinds of blood succession boundaries. 1. A certain organ of a ninja's body is different from the ability obtained by ordinary people. Like Sharingan, white eyes, dead bone pulse. This kind of ninja, who is born different from ordinary people because of his family blood, has his own blood inheritance limit. Second, when the two chakra nature transformations are fused, a new escape technique will be produced, which is called the blood succession limit. Usually only a very small number of ninjas can develop this new escape technique by themselves. Once successful, this new escapism will be recorded by the ninja's genes and passed on to the next generation through blood relationship. Somewhere in Ninja World, Uchiha Itachi, who was sitting on a rock, stared at the screen with a slightly serious expression. Kisame at the side glanced at him and said with a smile, Mr. Itachi, the person on the screen is your younger brother, right? Why doesn't he use Sharingan? Does it mean he didn't activate the Sharingan? Faced with Kisame's doubts, Itachi was also puzzled. No, Sasuke was the one who looked to open the Sharingan. It was the night of the genocide when the moon was dark and the wind was high. Uchiha Itachi remembers very clearly that when Sasuke couldn't bear the pressure in his heart, he opened the Sharingan of Yigoyu. Sasuke, what are you doing? Are you planning to be played to death by the other party like this? Itachi didn't respond to Kisame's question, but secretly squeezed a cold sweat for Sasuke in his heart. At the same time, on the screen, while Bai's Chinban throws so chicly, Uchiha Sasuke's screams are so shrill. This scene made the students in the classroom tremble with fear. Impossible. That was the absolute genius of their generation, Uchiha Sasuke. How could it be possible for them to be beaten so helplessly by teenagers who were similar in age to them? Even, he could only hug his head and squat on the ground, screaming again and again. Seeing this scene, Uchiha Sasuke's face gradually turned livid, and his body began to tremble continuously. No, no, no. What kind of ninjutsu is that guy using? Not only was it weird, but it was so fast that I didn't even have time to react. The thing Sasuke couldn't accept the most was that Bai once said that he didn't want to kill himself. Therefore, the other party is just suppressing himself with 1,000 books, and the scratches are all on the surface of the skin. None of the Senbons hurt Sasuke's vitals. Cut. Sasuke curled his lips lightly, and the expression on his face became even more unhappy. This is definitely underestimated by the other party. Haruno Sakura, who has been protecting Datsuna, panicked when he heard Sasuke's scream. Seeing that Sasuke's kunai was knocked into the air, Haruno Sakura didn't care much, picked up the kunai on the ground and ran towards Sasuke. Sasuke. Haruno Sakura shouted near the ice crystal, and threw the kunai in his hand towards Sasuke. Seeing this, Sasuke just wanted to reach out to catch kunai, but unfortunately, during the flight of kunai, he was stopped by the outstretched hand in the mirror. Bai leaned out, took a step, and held kunai in his hand. However, just as Bai leaned out, a shuriken suddenly cut through the sky and hit Bai's face. Boom. After the shuriken hit Shiro's mask, it bounced off. However, due to the impact of the shuriken, Bai's head still sank, and the whole person slowly slipped from the mirror and landed on the ground with a plop. The next moment, a thick smoke suddenly rises from the bridge. Accompanied by a high-spirited shout, Uzumaki Naruto makes his grand entrance. Uzumaki Naruto, come to the battle. Nani? No way, the one named Bai couldn't just be beaten to death by Naruto, right? Everyone in the classroom stared blankly at Uzumaki Naruto, and then at Uchiha Sasuke. Naruto, the crane tail of the class. Sasuke, the first grader, is an absolute genius. In the battle between the two facing Bai, the ending seemed to be reversed. This kind of thing is wrong, absolutely wrong. I admit that the strategy Naruto came up with when rescuing Mr. Kakashi was indeed unexpected, but without Sasuke's cooperation, it would have no effect. It doesn't prove that Naruto can surpass Sasuke in his strength. But, Inuzuka took a breath. Sasuke was beaten for a long time, and Naruto took the head as soon as he appeared on the stage. It's impossible. Inuzuka Tooth suddenly remembered something, and suddenly smiled. I was really shocked by Naruto's action to rescue Kakashi-sensei before. As a ninja, hiding your aura and waiting for an ambush is the most basic one. A swaggering, imposing way like Naruto's approach to the stage, I'm afraid a fool would not do it. Sure enough, Naruto is still that idiot Naruto. Yeah, no matter what, Naruto's sneak attack was successful, and he killed that guy named Bai. G now added. However, at this moment, the sound of the system suddenly sounded. Ding. The following is the prize quiz time. This quiz with prizes will not be closed after opening the discussion group. I hope everyone will discuss it carefully and strive to get rewards for correct answers. Question. Bai fell to the ground. What will happen in the next scene? A. Dead in vain. B. Naruto followed Hitaki Kakashi's advice and supported Sasuke from the outside, and the two joined forces to defeat Shiro. C. Naruto followed Uchiha Sasuke's advice, and supported him from the outside, and cooperated with Sasuke to defeat Shiro. D. Seeing that Sasuke was injured, Naruto immediately ran into Bai's secret technique and was beaten together with Sasuke. Announce the prizes of the last general winners. Congratulations to Uzumaki Naruto for receiving the reward. Chakra control has been improved. Congratulations to Hyuga Hinata for receiving the reward. Gentle fist power has been enhanced. Congratulations to Uzumaki Kushina for receiving the reward. Resurrection. The resurrection time is the end of all inventory content, and the resurrection location is Konoha village. Nani? Resurrection. After hearing the reward, everyone in the ninja world was shocked and stayed in place. After a while, someone finally reacted first. Is this reward fake? Can you improve the practice of ninjas, and can you resurrect the dead? It's fake, it must be fake, everyone, don't be deceived. This kind of thing is too weird. Hey, let me say, don't you think it's weird to have this screen in our ninja world? That's right. Let's wait and see what these rewarded guys say. In a classroom at Konoha village. Everyone stared blankly at Uzumaki Naruto and Hyuga Hinata. Hinata, how are you feeling? Kurumi Yuhi stared wide-eyed. The cigarette on the corner of Asuma's mouth was suspended in midair and was about to fall down at any moment. Gentle fist power up. Chakra control has been improved. Can this weird system change the ninja's cultivation base at will? That's too scary for a ninja. If you are lucky enough to get a reward, you can avoid the road of practice. If you can get more rewards, don't you have to go straight to cage level? Teacher Hong. Hinata nodded shyly. I do feel a power pouring into my body, I am full of power now. Nani? Hinata's answer fulfilled the reward of the system. With no time to respond to the shock of others, Yuhihong immediately turned her attention to Uzumaki Naruto who was still in a daze. As for Chakra's ability to control, Yuhihong, who is a master of illusion, knows better than the others. Naruto, you can release the clone technique now to see the effect. Naruto didn't understand, but he looked at Yuhihong expectantly. He still nodded slightly and said, if I fail to perform, you don't need to laugh. Don't worry, we don't laugh. Asuma followed closely. Okay. Naruto nodded, and sealed his seal by the way, clone technique. Boom. After hearing the voice, Uzumaki Naruto closed his eyes tightly and dared not look. He was very worried that he was doppelgangering that squishy thing. However, after waiting for a long time, he did not get any smiles from everyone. Facing the silent classroom, he turned his head to look, only to find that everyone was looking at the direction behind him in surprise. What's wrong? Naruto turned his head curiously. In the next second, he was also a little stunned by the scene in front of him. Originally, he could only clone soft clones, but he actually summoned 5 perfect clones. Sure enough, it looks like the reward is real. Kurenai Yuhi nodded, and turned her gaze to Asuma. Are the rewards real? Uzumaki Naruto felt his body go limp, and his eyes froze in place. If the reward is true, then his mother will reappear in Konoha village, although it will take a while, but he, Uzumaki Naruto, is no longer an orphan from now on. I have a mother too. Ha ha. Naruto didn't care about the rewards he got at all, nor did he care about the content of the chatter in the discussion group. At this moment, he felt extremely relaxed. From now on he has a real family. With no time to think about it, with excitement, Uzumaki Naruto quickly said in the discussion group. Uzumaki Naruto. Mom, the reward is real. I couldn't complete the clone technique before, and I just cloned 5 clones. Uzumaki Kushina. Really? Then it means that we can meet after this inventory is completely over. The conversation between the mother and daughter instantly ignited the entire ninja world. Cloud Shinobi Village. Fourth Raikage paced up and down anxiously. Go and get together those people with strong analytical skills in our village. We need to let our village produce more powerful ninjas through question and answer. Iwagakure. Onoki. HMPH. Kuroto. Let's work harder, and you will have a chance to become the most powerful ninja in Iwagakure. Kurigakure. Terumi May looked at the crazy people in the discussion group and smiled silently. Ching, we still need to send someone to call Zabuza back. The white next to him is a limited user of blood successor. Also, I don't think Shiro's strength is weak, and if he is trained in the future, he will become an excellent ninja. About answering questions and so on, only 3 people were drawn in total. We can't expect it to be stronger than the whole Kurigakure. Konoha Village Hokage Office. Hiruzen. That boy Naruto leaked such important information. Otherwise there wouldn't be so many people who would be really interested in answering the questions. Yugatane Kaharu was full of regret and unwillingness. It's a pity that Sarutobi Hiruzen is not in the mood to talk to her at all at this time. Uzumaki Kushina is resurrected. Although I haven't returned to Konoha village yet, but when the inventory is over, with Kushina's character, if there is no good explanation. The other party had to tear down his Hokage office. However, Sarutobi Hiruzen doesn't have a good way of doing it. Uzumaki Naruto is Konoha village's secret weapon, and now it's back with rewards. The future Konoha village will have to rely on Naruto. Forget it, I will leave my old bones to her to deal with. Sarutobi Hiruzen took a puff from his bong. There is nothing to love. On a bench in Konoha village. When he heard that Kushina would be resurrected, Hitaki Kakashi sat up in shock. At this moment, his mood is not too different from that of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Speaking of what happened to Uzumaki Naruto in the past few years, as an apprentice of Namikaze Minato, he did not do very well. Not to mention taking good care of each other, at least teaching him a little practice skills, or treating Naruto to some ramen is not too much. It turns out Hitaki Kakashi did nothing. It's over. Senior Kushina will definitely come to ask me about my crimes. Kakashi also looked loveless, slumped on the bench. He stared blankly at Intimate Heaven in his hand. For a moment, it seemed that the book in my hand was no longer fragrant. However, at this moment, his gaze swept over the author's name on the book. In an instant, Kakashi's eyes that had lost their light lit up again. What are you afraid of? Isn't there a third Hokage on it? After the 3rd generation, there is Jiraiya-sama. To say I'm sorry Naruto, these 2 people are more responsible than me. When Senior Kushina finishes looking for them and it's my turn, the resentment in her heart should be almost eliminated. Thinking of this, Kakashi's mood suddenly improved. Touching the book in his hand affectionately. When I was at a loss in my life, I really needed your guidance. People in the Pure Land world want to get rewards to resurrect, and people in the real ninja world want to get rewards to become stronger. At least from this moment on, there are no other thoughts in everyone's mind. In the discussion group, it is necessary to analyze the topic, then make the correct answer, and try to get as high as possible to be drawn by the system. Of course, many people are still on the sidelines. Rather than wait and see, it would be better to say that he is unwilling to expose his identity. Such as Uchiha Obito, such as Akatsuki. These people with unknown secrets, they are still watching everything that happened silently in the dark. About the 4 options that appear. Most people are not optimistic about Shiro being killed by Naruto. The shuriken that hit Shiro first was just the most common shuriken, and it hit the opponent's mask. Unless Bai fell from a height of 1 meter and fell to his death. But as a ninja, the probability of this kind of thing happening is almost zero. Combined with the wonderful performance of Naruto and Sasuke before, the two belong to the kind of close teammates at first glance. Most people believe that Uzumaki Naruto should have followed the advice of Uchiha Sasuke this time. Sasuke was on the inside, Naruto was on the outside, and together they defeated Shiro. Senju Tobirama. The answer to this question is relatively simple, either B or C, I choose C. Onoki. Oh. Your Excellency Second Hokage of Konoha Village, I have the same thoughts as you, I choose C. Hitaki Kakashi. Haha. Why don't the 2 adults think that Naruto listened to my idea? I choose B. Fourth Raikage. Hitaki Kakashi was rescued by 2 little ghosts. I feel that your role as Jonin is unreliable. I choose C. Inuzuka Tooth. Sorry, I think the unreliable person is Naruto, I choose D. Choose D. Everyone was taken aback. No matter how stupid a person is, it is impossible to deliberately run into the enemy's attack circle to be beaten for no reason. Especially with the lessons learned by Uchiha Sasuke. Is Uzumaki Naruto stupid? Didn't you see that Sasuke was lying on the ground in a state of embarrassment after being shot in vain? Even a normal person should know not to run into the magic mirror ice crystal. Uzumaki Naruto looked at Inuzuka Fang in the back row in surprise. Hey, Kiba, what do you mean? Didn't you see that I beat that Shiro with a shuriken? Correct answer. I feel like it's an A. Senju Hashirama. That boy from the Inuzuka family, you should trust your companions, especially Naruto, who has performed well before, and he will not foolishly enter the enemy's attack range. Senju Hashirama. And I think the shuriken he threw should be powerful. Although it hit the enemy's mask, the ninja named Shiro obviously twisted his neck, maybe his neck was broken, so the correct answer is A. Senju Tobirama. Uzumaki Naruto. Yes, I think the same as you, and I think the correct answer is A. Uncle, you are as smart as me. Senju Tobirama. Somewhere in Ninja World, Shiro and Zabuza watched the conversation between Naruto and Senju Hashirama, and the two fell silent. Could Shiro really be killed by a shuriken thrown by Uzumaki Naruto? Not too possible. But Senju Hashirama is the first Hokage of Konoha Village, known as the Ninja God. Zabuza's expression became obviously very nervous. No matter what, he didn't really want to see Bai die because of such an attack. One is that I don't want to see Bai die again. Furthermore, it is too embarrassing to die like this. Mr. Zabuza. Seeing that Zabuza's expression was not good, Bai asked curiously, who is this Senju Hashirama? First Hokage of Konoha Village, God of Ninjas. God of Ninjas. Bai Wenyan was taken aback. Although I don't know what kind of person Senju Hashirama is, but when he hears this name, he is a very powerful person. First Hokage at Konoha Village. It's also another strong person at cage level. Bai whispered a few words. Helplessly shook his head. Bai. Anyway, it's impossible for me to die just because of that. I still have to work hard for Mr. Zabuza. I choose D. Lee Locke. I believe in Mr. Kakashi, because he is Mr. Guy's eternal opponent. Naruto can follow Mr. Kakashi's advice. I think he is happy, so I choose B. Hitaki Kakashi. Well, I appreciate you trusting me, but this guy's apprentice, you pressed the wrong button, you chose D. On the lawn of Konoha Village. Might Guy, Lee Locke. The master and apprentice looked at each other silently. Mr. Guy, did I choose B just now? Might Guy was momentarily at a loss for words. He faltered and said, it seems, right. Bai, who was lying on the ground, slowly got up, and there was a scratch on the mask. As soon as the screen comes out. Option A has been ruled out. Senju Hashirama. Oh. That guy is not dead. Senju Tobarama. Big Brother's IQ seems to be discrediting Konoha village all the time. It's that child. Bai quietly looked at Uzumaki Naruto standing in front of him. The meeting between the two in the forest came to mind. Why are you here so early in the morning? Practice. Why do you want to practice? I want to become stronger and let everyone recognize me. Naruto showed an innocent smile on his face. That rascal. The audience stared at Shiro, who was wearing a pink lace kimono on the screen, with eyes fixed. Jiraiya. Wow. The one fighting Naruto is such a cute girl. Kakashi. Well, yes, I didn't expect a girl of this age to suppress the genius of the Uchiha clan. It's really shocking. Tsunade. Huh. Jiraiya, I haven't seen you for a few years, and you are still the same Shangdexing. Kushina. Sister Tsunade is right, Mr. Jiraiya, when I return to Konoha village, I have a bill that I want to settle with you. In classrooms. Yamanaka Ino and Haruno Sakura stared at Shiro on the screen with straight eyes. Female. Girl. Impossible. How could a girl possess such great power? Blood inheritance boundary. Asuma lit a cigarette again. Blood succession boundary is different from ordinary ninjutsu. The trouble is that the ninja needs to see through the essence of the opponent's blood succession limit during the battle. Otherwise, it's easy to suffer. Sure enough, the best way is to attack from both the inside and the outside at the same time, forcing the opponent to reveal its flaws, and then be able to defeat the opponent. Bai continues to look at Naruto. Taking this opportunity, Sasuke, who was breathing heavily, picked up kunai on the ground and threw it at Shiro. Unfortunately, the other party just turned sideways slightly, and escaped Sasuke's sneak attack. I haven't forgotten your existence. Bai glanced sideways at Sasuke. It's just that I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart. I very much hope that you can be defeated by me honestly, and stop standing up and acting brave. But unfortunately, I don't seem to be able to do what I wanted. Bai's voice was still calm. Okay, then I'll deal with you first. The voice falls to the ground. Bai walks towards the mirror again. Seeing this, Naruto immediately shouted, "Hey, I said you." Bai heard the sound and suddenly stopped. Naruto, I will fight you later. After speaking, Bai slowly entered the mirror. Sasuke was not careless either. Seeing Shiro walk into the mirror, he immediately wanted to take out kunai from the ninja bag and planned to attack Shiro in the mirror. However, the next second, a voice from behind made Sasuke stunned. I'm here. Sasuke couldn't help but tremble when he heard the sound. In an instant, Bai's figure was reflected in all the mirrors. For a while, it was impossible to tell which one was the opponent's body. Whoosh whoosh. It was Senbon who was all over the place again, shooting Sasuke to the ground. Not an opponent at all. Everyone in the ninja world watched the battle on the screen in shock. Uchiha Sasuke. The man from the Uchiha family, who is known as the rich family of Konoha village, was beaten so embarrassingly by a girl, who seemed to be his age. Moreover, from Shiro's beginning to say that he didn't want to kill Sasuke, he hoped that Sasuke would obediently fall to the ground and not stand up again. It is enough to show that he really does not want to kill the other party. Totally underestimated. Sasuke trembled angrily. He was beaten by a girl, and was completely helpless. Moreover, this is a live broadcast in the ninja world, not only the living, but even the dead are watching. Isn't it going to disappoint Dad now? The more Uchiha Sasuke thought about it, the more depressed he became, especially Uzumaki Naruto who looked at the happy face. If Naruto defeated Shiro, wouldn't he become a stepping stone for him to show off? Hateful. While taking advantage of Bai to stop, Uchiha Sasuke squatted on the ground in embarrassment and began to analyze the battle situation. According to the situation at the scene, what can be considered is to hide shadow clone in all the mirrors. However, the speed of the opponent's attack is too high, so that even the trajectory of Chimoto's flight cannot be seen through. However, if the opponent's attack method is shadow clone, then what is the use of these mirrors? Sasuke couldn't figure it out for a while, but the key point of the magic mirror ice crystal is definitely related to these mirrors. At the same time, Hitaki Kakashi and Haruno Sakura outside are also analyzing the battle situation. Both believe that in order to see the essence of the mirror, it is necessary to launch an attack from both the inside and outside. Even Uzumaki Naruto was involved. He looked at the trapped Sasuke with a serious expression, as if he had made up his mind, let me handle it here. It seems that I can only investigate from the inside, and let Naruto attack from the outside. Sasuke looked left and right, and thought of a way to let Bai show his flaws. The video is here. Although the list of winners has not been announced, the answer seems to have been revealed. Fourth Raikage. I said that Naruto will definitely cooperate with Sasuke. The tacit understanding between these two guys is no less than our Abi combination. Onoki. Sorry, the order of my answer is before you. Senju Tobarama. Humph. Look proud. Kakashi. Ah. I seem to think so in the video, even Haruno Sakura knows it. Onoki. Kakashi, you are just thinking in your heart, and you didn't give Naruto a hint, and I see Naruto's appearance, it seems to know how to do it, and Sasuke has already stated the strategy, so the answer is C. When Onoki was proud. However, in the next second, everyone was stunned. Yo! Sasuke! I'm here to save you. Nani? Facing Naruto who suddenly appeared in front of him, Sasuke who was still thinking was obviously taken aback. Before he had time to tell Naruto the strategy, Uzumaki Naruto actually ran into the encirclement of the white magic mirror ice crystal. For a while, Sasuke was stunned. Stupid. You super idiot. For a ninja, you need to act cautiously. Sasuke shouted at Naruto angrily. Naruto didn't admit defeat, and responded dissatisfiedly, what, it's hard for me to save you. Sasuke was even more anxious when he heard this, if you are trapped in the mirror. Forget it. You idiot. Hiss. Everyone gasped. I thought that Uzumaki Naruto's inner decision was to find the flaw of the magic mirror ice crystal through internal and external cooperation, as everyone thought. Unexpectedly, he finally chose to throw himself into the trap. Fourth Raikage. Wait a minute. Is this system intentionally not wanting us to get rewards? Onoki. It must be, I think even an idiot can't choose to throw himself into the trap. Hitaki Kakashi stared at himself on the screen with one eye slightly lowered. Both of them looked like they had nothing to love. It can make me so unprepared, what is this going to do? It's a good thing I didn't lead Naruto, otherwise I would really be played to death by him. Inuzuka Tooth. Haha, sorry, the answer is D. Naruto never disappoints when it comes to embodying stupid. Lee Locke. What Mr. Guy said is really good. Luck is also a kind of strength. White. Bye. First of all, I want to declare that I am a boy. Fight again. Since the opponent's mirror is made of ice, it only needs to be melted with fire. Sasuke Quick Seal. Fire style Great Fireball Technique. Hot flames filled the entire space. Sasuke persisted for a few seconds, but when it was over, he was shocked to find that the other party's mirror was not affected in any way. This level of firepower, there is no way to bloom. Bai is very calm. Immediately start. Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke, both were knocked down again. Feeling the pain of the scratch on his face, Naruto frowned, completely unclear from which direction the attack came from. There is no way. Uzumaki Naruto directly uses multiple shadow clone, and the target is every mirror. Since there is no way to keep up with the opponent's speed, there is no way to detect the opponent's position. So, just use full coverage. Naruto's actions caught everyone's eyes. Senju Tobarama. This kid has a talent for fighting. As the second Hokage of Konoha village, he naturally despises a ninja who is an opponent like Bai. It doesn't matter whether you are a blood follower or not, no matter how magical the magic mirror ice crystal is. In front of strong men like them, Bai is still a child. But people grow from weak to strong slowly. Shiro's performance at this age has surpassed more than 80% of ninjas of the same age in the ninja world. Unfortunately, Naruto's all-round coverage method was not able to escape Shiro's attack. The opponent's speed is obviously faster than that of all shadow clone. In an instant, all of Naruto's shadow clone will be wiped out. He and Sasuke were beaten again. What is going on with this guy? Uzumaki Naruto was sitting on the ground with many scratches on his body. I can't die here, I still have unfulfilled dreams. I want to be Hokage and let everyone recognize me. Naruto's powerless complaint suddenly made Bai startled. Dream. Bai muttered to himself, recalling the scene when he was wandering on the street. It's him, it's Teodi who never beheaded and took him in, and taught him all his skills. In the future, without freedom and dreams, there is only death. This is what Zabuza Zan said to himself, and Bai, his dream is to fight for Zabuza Zan, no matter what form it is. That rascal. Uzumaki Naruto in the classroom was full of surprise. White. In the garbage dump, he competed with wild dogs for food, and injured the wild dogs, and 2 puppies came again. Unfortunately, Bai still couldn't bear to hurt the little animals. Sitting alone on the bridge, there are snowflakes in the sky. Uzumaki Naruto empathizes with this taste of life. It's no wonder such a cute guy is with someone like Zabuku. Naruto was talking to himself. Only with the approval of no longer beheaded can Bai have the value of existence. Uzumaki Naruto understands this feeling very well. For me, it's hard to be a real ninja. If possible, I don't want to kill you either. And I don't want to be killed by you. But if you must draw your swords to face each other, I will kill my own soul and become a cruel ninja. This bridge is the battlefield of everyone who connects their dreams. I am for my dream, you are for your dreams. Bridge expert Dasna is for the dreams of the people of the Kingdom of Waves. Please don't blame me, I am protecting someone important to me, acting for that person, fighting for that person. To make that person's dream come true, this is my dream. So I can totally become a ninja and kill you guys. Bai's remarks caused the entire ninja world to fall into silence for a while. Ninja. In a certain definition, it is just a tool born to complete a task. Even for the completion of the task, you can pay all the price. The life of his companions, his own life. A ninja cannot show his emotions in any situation. Put the task first, and remember not to shed tears at any time. Naruto-kun, Sasuke. They seem to have met a very great opponent, don't they, Mr. Guy? On the lawn of Konoha village. Lilac stared at the screen obsessively, his eyes were determined, full of hot and envious expressions. It's like the self-discipline that Might Guy imposed on him. Bai's remarks clearly aroused the desire to win in Sasuke and Naruto. The answer is yes. Their battles are also for their own dreams, and they need to grow continuously in order to achieve the dreams in their hearts. The corners of the mouths of the two twitched into a proud smile. The battle continues. Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke once again launched an immersive cooperation. There is no need for any communication between the two, and Uzumaki Naruto will use the shadow clone technique to test it out. Sasuke took the opportunity to grasp every detail of Bai's attack. Finally, after 2 or 3 inspections, Sasuke discovered the flaw in the magic mirror ice crystal. The white in the mirror is not shadow clone, nor is it clone technique. It's just a white figure formed through refraction. The reason why Bai's attack can seem to cover from all directions is just that his movement speed between the mirrors is too fast. Naruto once again used multiple shadow clone technique. I really don't have a long memory. Bai said with a tone of hatred. Immediately, he leaned out from the mirror, just about to fly to another mirror. A beam of flames came straight towards him. What? Seeing this, Bai was taken aback. He failed to attack Naruto, but quickly hid in the opposite mirror. Look. White skirt, scratched by Sasuke's fire style. Inuzuka stared at the screen, the corners of Shiro's skirt were indeed burnt. For a time, the entire classroom set off an uproar. As expected of Sasuke-kun. In this desperate situation, you can crack the opponent's secret technique. Excellent, worthy of being number 1 in our grade at the same time. It looks like the battle is coming to an end. However, Nara Shikamaru frowned. No. Everyone seemed to be dazzled by the wonderful battle in front of them. They have forgotten that the protagonist in the inventory is not Sasuke, but Uzumaki Naruto. Sasuke is just like Kakashi before. The function is only to reflect the strength of the opponent. As the seal lifted, Shikamaru's expression gradually became tense. Naruto, the power in my body seems to be exploding. What terrible power would that be? The battle is still going on. Although Sasuke has seen through the essence of the ice crystal in the magic mirror, Bai's speed is really too fast. Sasuke's 2 consecutive shots of great fireball technique failed to hit the target in a real sense. Fourth Raikage. As expected of having the title of Uchiha, An ordinary genin cannot release 3 fire-style ninjutsu in a row. Ever since Sasuke was trapped in the magic mirror ice crystal. In addition to resisting Bai's attack, even though his physical strength was exhausted, he still released 3 great fireball techniques. This amount of chakra is not something that ordinary genin can have. Onoki. Maybe this is really a genius. There is really a big gap between genius and mediocrity. Terumi Mei. Bai is also a genius. He is really a heart-warming child. If you don't want to kill him, bring Bai back soon. Kushina. Hey, let me tell you, has no one noticed my son's excellence? Senju Tobarama. Well, I'm not very good at judging whether the two of them are considered excellent, but at their level, the cooperation between the two is very tacit. Indeed so. Anyone with a bit of strength can naturally see the excellence of Uchiha Sasuke. It's just that Sasuke seems to be a little weak at the moment when facing Bai. Without Uzumaki Naruto's repeated investigations, he might really not be able to understand the mystery of the magic mirror ice crystal. Zabuza stared at the discussion group, slightly taken aback. Who is Terumi Mei? Why is the name so familiar? Under Sasuke's guidance, Uzumaki Naruto became the target of seducing Shiro. As long as Shiro attacks Naruto, Sasuke will take the opportunity to attack Shiro. However, Bai's speed is too fast. Naruto will only end up in a passive and beaten situation. Naruto, back. Sasuke saw through Shiro's actions, and Naruto also heard Sasuke's reminder. It's a pity that the body has no time to react. Uzumaki Naruto was immediately knocked down by Shiro's Senbon. Hey! Naruto! Sasuke comes to Naruto worriedly. Uzumaki Naruto stood up slowly with his support. It's okay, I can continue. Whoosh whoosh. Bai's figure keeps shaking in the mirror, throwing out thousands of copies with ease. Seeing this, Uchiha Sasuke glanced at the weak Naruto, and quickly knocked him away. He himself is holding the kunai to resist the attacking Senbon. However, Shiro threw too many thousand copies. Even though Sasuke saw through the opponent's attack line, he was powerless to stop the attacking thousand copies. Bang bang bang. In the end, a part of Chinbun still plunged into his body. Hiss. At this time, everyone in the ninja world discovered that Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke had already tied thousands of copies on their bodies. Can they still fight in this state? Impossible. No, you see, there is not a lot of blood coming out of the place where Qianben plunged in. I think, in fact, that Bai still kept his hand. Ah. When you say that, doesn't it mean that Bai is even more terrifying? The power can be mastered so delicately. Everyone can't help sighing. Among genin, Uchiha Sasuke is definitely the top existence, and Bai. The strength of the two of them has at least reached the level of Chunin. And Uzumaki Naruto, that guy is really tough. The legs, arms, and back were tied into hedgehogs, and they were still dangling without belching. Bai keeps flashing his figure in the mirror. However, at this moment, his heart was also shocked. Obviously, Uchiha Sasuke has mastered his movements. Not only that, but he can actually keep defending against my attack while worrying about his companions. In this case, Bai looked at Naruto, who had reached the limit, and let out a chuckle. It seems that Naruto has reached the limit. End. Shiro quickly throws the 1,000 books in his hand, and the target is Naruto lying on the ground. However, at the critical moment, Uchiha Sasuke concentrated chakra on the soles of his feet, and the moment he hugged Naruto, he jumped up. Bang bang bang. Following a few soft sounds, several thousand copies plunged into the ground where Naruto was lying on just now. As expected, it was completely seen through by him. Shiro returns to the mirror again, turns to look at Sasuke. That is, the moment Sasuke raised his head, Bai Jung met his eyes, and his body trembled unconsciously. That's Sharingan. Sharingan. Uchiha Sasuke finally opened Sharingan. See this scene. Somewhere in the ninja world, Uchiha Itachi snapped his fingers excitedly. Ergo Jade. Sasuke's Sharingan is stronger than when he left the village. Bai stares at Sasuke's Sharingan and thinks for a few seconds. After the confrontation between Zabuza and Kakashi, Bai naturally has a general understanding of Sharingan. For Uchiha Sasuke, who turned on Sharingan, Bai knows that his offensive effect is not very great. At the critical moment, Bai still set his mind on Uzumaki Naruto. He wants to draw Uchiha Sasuke by attacking against Naruto. Whoosh! Shiro's body emerges from the mirror, holding Chinbin tightly with both hands, and rushes towards Naruto who is lying on the ground. Not good. Seeing this, Sasuke immediately set off and came in front of Naruto, blocking Shiro's fatal blow with his own body. Not only that, facing Shiro who rushed out, Sasuke made a relay, grabbed Shiro's hands, and threw Shiro out with all his strength. Boom! Bai who was thrown out hit his own mirror hard and fell hard to the ground. Not good. The audience became tense when they saw this. Is blood. A lot of blood came out of Uchiha Sasuke's body. That white. He's done it. He finally started to kill. The sound of Shiro hitting the mirror woke up Naruto who was lying on the ground. Uzumaki Naruto opened his eyes in a daze. Only then did I realize that Uchiha Sasuke was standing in front of me covered in thousands of copies. This scene instantly woke up Naruto who was still a little unconscious. What expression do you have, you super idiot? Sasuke turned his head to look at Naruto, and Naruto was even more surprised by the weak voice. He stared blankly at Sasuke, who was unable to speak in front of him. The brain of the whole person starts to be confused. Why protect me? Naruto didn't know how to face everything in front of him for a moment. The panicked Naruto opened his mouth and only knew to shout, why did you save me? How do I know? I obviously hate you the most. Uchiha Sasuke didn't know why he rushed to protect Naruto. The body moves like this. Really? Sasuke he died. As the same period as Uchiha Sasuke, all the students in the classroom were stunned. Although I know that it is just the picture played on the video, this may be the future of Sasuke. In the first mission, sacrifice to protect Uzumaki Naruto. Even Sasuke himself is incredible. I would actually protect Naruto. Sasuke stared at Uzumaki Naruto who was also staring. The two looked at each other at the same time, looking at each other in blank dismay. For a moment, Uzumaki Naruto didn't know what to say. In the past, he was very envious of Sasuke, because all the classmates in the class recognized Sasuke. Therefore, Naruto thought that as long as he could defeat Sasuke, he would definitely be recognized by everyone. Just facing the sudden scene, Naruto really didn't know what to say to Sasuke. Sasuke, you are really nosy. I don't need your rescue. I really hate dead people. Being saved by you, it would be better to die in Bai's hands. Uzumaki Naruto sat down arrogantly. If you encounter this kind of thing again in the future, don't meddle in your own business. Nani? Sasuke just wanted to show his power, but was attracted by the noisy voice on the screen. Plop. Plop. Naruto hugged Sasuke who was lying in his arms. The sound of heartbeat became faster and faster, and the sound became more and more loud. I obviously hate you the most. Naruto put Sasuke flat on the ground with a slight cry. He ignored Bai who returned to the mirror, but hung his head and started talking to himself. Unforgivable. Suddenly, layers of white smoke rolled up around him. Suddenly, a wave of orange-red chakra suddenly surrounded Naruto, spinning and rising from the ground. On the other hand, Naruto's golden hair is blown up. The expression on his face also became much more ferocious. I will kill you. Coming. The seal that suppressed the tailed beast in Uzumaki Naruto's body was lifted. Nara Shikamaru stared at the screen. Involuntarily broke out in a cold sweat. That is. Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto. Yamanaka Ino also trembled in voice, watching everything that happened on the screen in shock. Appearance. Uzumaki Naruto's appearance has become a bit less like him. The texture on the face became more obvious and thicker than before. The eyes were a monstrous scarlet. Teeth. Even the teeth are starting to change. Fangs. Those teeth are like animal fangs. Even the nails have become longer than before. This appearance is very similar to the beast-like form of the Inuzuka clan. Inuzuka Tooth was also dumbfounded at the changes that had taken place in Uzumaki Naruto. However, even through the screen, even if he thinks with his toes, he knows that Naruto's changes are not comparable to the beast form. The orange-red chakra keeps spinning. The air waves set off by the tyrannical chakra carried the rubble soaring into the sky. Bang bang bang. Thousands stuck on Naruto's body were thrown out of Naruto's body following Chakra's riot. Even the wounds scratched by Bai before have all healed. What the hell is going on with this chakra? Bai was startled. Roar. The roar of the monster awakened Bai again. Impossible, this chakra is too huge, and it can actually be visualized. Bai stared at the orange-red fox head, his voice trembling. Naruto, who the hell? Bai Shin was greatly shocked. At the same time, Uzumaki Naruto, who got up, turned his head and glared at him. The moment he met the scarlet pupils, Bai unconsciously took a few steps back. Beyond the magic mirror ice crystal. In the fog. Hitaki Kakashi, who is confronting Zabuza, seems to have sensed this violent chakra. Do you want to kill that guy again? Kakashi raised his head suddenly. The tyrannical chakra gave him a chill. Only in an instant, Hitaki Kakashi reacted. No, this frightening chakra, could it be? No, it's Naruto. Hitaki Kakashi was stunned on the spot. The other side. Momochi Zabuza also felt shuddering. He felt his surroundings with vigilance, for fear of being attacked. What's going on? This uncomfortable chakra, could it be Kakashi? No, it is impossible for Kakashi to have such a huge chakra. Who is it? This power is too terrifying. Everyone in the ninja world stared at the screen. Except those who stand at the top of the ninja world. The other ninjas were completely blown away by Uzumaki Naruto's transformation. The wound healed automatically, and all the thousands of books stuck in the body were ejected. That terrible chakra blast could tear the earth apart. This is what a huge amount of chakra can do. All the chakra in the body spilled out of the body. Is this still a human? Monsters, absolute monsters. Even Uzumaki Naruto himself was horrified by his on-screen self. Is that the terrifying power in my body? No wonder they're all afraid of me. Even I am afraid of myself, let alone other people. Just remembering being called a monster before, Uzumaki Naruto suddenly felt sore. Naruto is on the move. Within Azukaya screamed. Everyone's attention turned to the screen again. In the ice crystal of the magic mirror, the orange-red chakra has disappeared. However, Uzumaki Naruto's appearance is more ferocious than before. The angry expression seems to tear the white in front of him. Roar. Naruto roared, and rushed towards Shiro in the mirror. Here we come. Bai was shocked, and hurriedly threw out several thousand copies. Roar. Uzumaki Naruto roared again when he saw this. With just a loud roar, all the thousands of incoming books were bounced away. Thousands of bullets flew away with just chakra. Facing Uzumaki Naruto, who rushed up. Bai directly flashes into another mirror. In this case, Bai moves at high speed at the same time. The figure in the magic mirror shoots out more Chinban at the same time. The moment Naruto looked, his entire body was shot like a hedgehog. However, all this is no longer an offense to Naruto. Only by the tyrannical chakra, Uzumaki Naruto's body shook, and all the 1,000 copies flew out of his body again. Nani. At the same time, the irritable chakra swept across the encirclement of ice crystals in the magic mirror. Bai stunned for a moment. When he reacted again, he found that Uzumaki Naruto had come in front of him. Time does not allow Bai to think too much. Bai jumps towards the other mirrors. Also in an instant, Naruto struck with a punch, unexpectedly shattering the magic mirror abruptly. Bai is not someone who waits for nothing. After dodging Naruto's punch, he immediately picked an excellent position and got into the shards of the mirror smashed by Naruto. So what if it's like this? Bai immediately got out of the mirror while the mirror was floating above Naruto. Quickly launched a sneak attack from above Uzumaki Naruto's head. Unfortunately, Uzumaki Naruto's speed is faster. Facing Shiro, who was attacking quickly, Naruto turned around to avoid the opponent's attack. Boom. With a loud noise, Bai lost his target and directly smashed a deep hole into the ground. One hit failed. Within the same second, Bai had already adjusted his body, and went directly to another magic mirror. Pity. This time, he was grabbed by the wrist by the faster Uzumaki Naruto. He was dragged back by Naruto on the spot. Ha! Uzumaki Naruto roars. The orange chakra bursts out suddenly. The surrounding mirrors were shaken until cracks appeared. Uzumaki Naruto didn't hold back either. The moment he grabbed Shiro, he punched hard on the opponent's mask. Click. The huge force hit Bai directly and shattered the mirror. The whole person flew out and rolled several times on the ground. When Bai stood up again, all the mirrors of the magic mirror ice crystal were shattered. Uzumaki Naruto came straight towards him with anger. Mr. Don't kill. Terribly sorry. I can't beat this kid. Bai thought to himself. The mask on his face began to crack and slip off. Until the entire mask falls off completely. Bai reveals his original appearance. The moment he saw Shiro, Naruto remembered the guy who talked to him in the forest before. That beautiful big sister who he thinks is very kind. Do you have important people? When people protect important people, they will become very powerful. The moment Uzumaki Naruto stopped his fist just as he was about to hit his white face. The originally bloodshot eyes turned back to azure blue. Lost. The ninja who possessed the blood successor limit was defeated. The time the two fought was extremely short, but everyone was terrified by Naruto's terrifying power. Speed, strength, destructive power. Uzumaki Naruto directly crushed Shiro. Hello. That Bai, lost. Uzumaki Naruto, that's rampage, that's Jinchuriki's rampage. That's not a force that ordinary ninjas can resist. Monster. Naruto is a monster. Naruto's victory is victory without force. Suddenly, a discordant voice came from the discussion group. Monster. This heart-wrenching word made all the Jinchuriki feel cold. At the critical moment, someone in the discussion group stepped forward. Kushina. Monsters, are you people annoying? Kushina. Aren't you all aware of the pain of being a Jinchuriki? When Jinchuriki is suppressing the tailed beast, it is fighting against the tailed beast. Once it is completely deprived of its sanity, it will face death. Kushina. Although I am Naruto's mother, it is obvious that Naruto maintained his sanity at the critical moment. If the development of the situation is really as you said, let alone the white in the picture can still talk to Naruto, even Kakashi, if you don't kill that one, they will all die. Hitaki Kakashi. Momochi Zabucho. Ahem, you may have a problem with Kakashi, but please don't involve me, okay? About Uzumaki Kushina's claim that Jinchuriki themselves are fighting tailed beasts. All capable ninjas agree very much. Especially the fourth Raikage of Cloud Shinobi Village. The Jinchuriki of Cloud Shinobi Village were replaced one by one, all because the Eight Tails runaway led to the death of Jinchuriki. Fortunately, after switching to Killer Bee, this crazy rap player successfully brainwashed Eight Tails with his singing voice. The two actually became friends, and Killer Bee was also Cloud Shinobi Village's first perfect Jinchuriki. Fourth Raikage. I agree with what you said, and I have a deep understanding. Senju Hashirama. It turns out that tailed beasts can still go berserk, but I remember that Mito never encountered a runaway situation when he was suppressing nine tails. Senju Hashirama. Does it mean that the sealing technique of our Konoha village has fallen? It is the sealing technique from the Uzumaki clan. As we all know, apart from the powerful physique of the Uzumaki family, the most terrifying thing is their sealing technique. It is even so powerful that even the 5 major countries are afraid of it. Regarding the seal of nine tails, Uzumaki Mito and Uzumaki Kushina suppressed the sealing technique of nine tails, not 8-sign seal. It is a more powerful sealing technique. The sealing technique directly nailed nine tails and all 4 limbs firmly, and even nine tails' head was firmly trapped by chains. Unlike the current nine tails, although one door is closed, at least you can choose to lie down or stand up. Kushina. Master First Generation. The seal in Naruto's body is 8-sign seal, which is a seal specially used by Minato to allow him to use Nine Tails chakra. Kushina. After all, Uchiha Madara seems to be alive and even wants to do terrible things to the world of ninjas. Senju Hashirama. Oh. The Minato you said is the 4th Hokage. It's a good idea, but you said Madara is still alive. Senju Hashirama in the Pure Land world is stunned. Madara. Wasn't she stabbed to death in the Valley of the End? Hashirama thought for a few seconds, then nodded slightly. Senju Hashirama. As expected of Madara, it seems that you have found a very wonderful immortality technique. Since you are still alive, why don't you come out and talk to your old friend? Senju Hashirama. By the way, tell me what you think, what exactly you want to do. It is truly the first Hokage Senju Hashirama of Konoha village. The ninjas of the older generation in the ninja world, those who understand Senju Hashirama's temper, are suddenly dumbfounded. What the hell are you talking about? Is it true that Uchiha Madara is a mallet? If you ask him to talk about his plan, he will say it. However, no one thought that Uchiha Madara was still living in the ninja world, and seemed to be doing things that would endanger the ninja world. For a while, people who knew Uchiha Madara well became nervous. Senju Tobirama. Is this thing reliable? Namikaze Minato. Back to second Hokage, it should be right, the other party is from the Uchiha family, and when I asked him, he acquiesced. Uchiha Fugaku. Minato, what you are talking about is the original Nine Tails Rebellion. We Uchiha are indeed innocent. Madara, as the ancestor of the Uchiha clan, why did you blame your descendants and cause us to exterminate the clan? Quote. Senju Hashirama. Senju Tobirama. Namikaze Minato. Senju Tobirama. It turns out that the Uchiha clan has been exterminated. It's a pity, Madara, I didn't expect you to be so evil that you even killed your own clan. Senju Hashirama. Sarutobi, what the hell is going on here? Hokage office, Sarutobi Hiruzen is completely stupid. Who would have thought that everyone discussing the Nine Tails in Naruto's body would bring back the matter of the Uchiha clan's extermination? Hiruzen, how should we answer this matter? You detained Kaharu and Mitokado Homura looked anxiously at Sarutobi Hiruzen. Or let's go to Danzo and let him answer the question. Root organization, Danzo squinted at the public screen. This is a good opportunity to stand out and show my teacher how stupid it was to choose Hiruzen to be Hokage in the first place. Shimura Danzo. Teacher, this incident was naturally caused by Uchiha Madara. He took advantage of the weakening of Kushina's delivery seal and attacked Kushina summoning Nine Tails. Shimura Danzo. But we didn't know that Madara was behind the scenes, so in order to prevent the Uchiha clan, we arranged it in a remote part of the village. Shimura Danzo. Who would have thought that they would want a coup? Shimura Danzo. The instigator of this incident was Uchiha Madara. It is a pity that Hiruzen, as the third Hokage of Konoha village, did not investigate this matter clearly. It is a pity that we failed to deal with the matter of the Uchiha clan in the end. What the hell are you? Sarutobi Hiruzen never expected that Shimura Danzo would take the lead, and directly threw the responsibility on himself. During the Nine Tails Rebellion, Danzo refused to let the Uchiha clan go to support them. Pure Land World. Uchiha Madara frowned. The Uchiha clan is dead. This matter was indeed beyond his imagination. In his plan, there is no mention of eradicating the Uchiha clan. And, after all these years, he didn't understand what Uchiha Obito was actually doing. Uchiha Obito has Kamui who is elusive, has Hashirama body plus body, strong body and wood style. Mangekyo Sharingan can control tailed beast more easily. Plus the skills you taught him and left him Nagato with Rinnegan. Isn't it just collecting nine-tailed beasts? Is there any difficulty? Watching Uchiha Obito without saying a word. In order to guarantee yourself the infinite Tsukuyomi plan. Uchiha Madara chose the same behavior as Obito. Continue to play dead. Anyway, when the time comes, he will become the savior, and everything can be restored as before. Not only the happy Uchiha, but also the happy Senju, as well as the big families and ninja villages who love each other. Terumi Mei. I don't think what fourth Hokage said is wrong. The fourth Mizukage of our Kurigakure was controlled by illusion. Even the tail beast in his body was controlled by Sharingan. The person who can have such a terrifying pupil technique, there should be no one else but Uchiha Madara. Uzumaki Mito. What Uchiha Madara is not Uchiha Madara, Hashirama, since you and Tobirama died, let alone their Uchiha clan, our Uzumaki clan was wiped out by ninjas from other countries. The tailed beast really raised a group of white-eyed wolves. Uzumaki Mito. I don't care, you'd better be able to answer the correct questions, and then be resurrected to teach those people a lesson and seek justice for our Uzumaki family. Hiss. Uzumaki Mito's speech immediately made other shinobi villages gasp in shock. Looking at Onoki's trembling body, Kuroto asked curiously, Grandpa, are Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama strong? It's a pity that Onoki didn't pay attention to her. Senju Tobirama. Monkey, what's going on? Sarutobi Hiruzen. Danzo. I'm giving you the position of Hokage now, do you think it's still too late? The video continues. After the duel against Shiro on the Uzumaki Naruto bridge, Shiro was killed by Hitaki Kakashi's Reikiri for protection. Afterwards, Zabuza Zan, who said cruel words on his lips, was actually disturbed by Bai's death. After Bai's death, Zabuza Zan's strength declined sharply. How could he be seen as a silent murderer? The poor physical skills made Kakashi helpless in no time. In the end, Bai died, and Zabuza opened his heart under the mouth of Uzumaki Naruto. Killed his employer, Cardo. And with the help of Hitaki Kakashi, Zabuza and Shiro died together. Uchiha Sasuke, who fell to the ground, was not dead at all, and Bai finally avoided his vitals. The construction of the bridge in the Land of Waves is complete. Villagers in the Land of Waves have also been rescued. That boy built a bridge called Hope in the hearts of each of us. Bridge. Bridge. Yes, for the bridge, we have to give our bridge a name. Yeah, I thought of a name that is especially suitable for this bridge. I named it this way, but I hope this bridge will never collapse. At the same time, one day, it will become a super famous bridge, famous all over the world. This is my greatest wish as a bridge expert. You said. Naruto Bridge. A bridge named after Uzumaki Naruto. Suddenly, many ninjas became envious. To be able to name a bridge built by oneself after a person. This is definitely the highest affirmation of Uzumaki Naruto by the bridge expert Dizowner. In classrooms, Naruto's contemporaries all showed envy. Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto is actually a celebrity. My god, he. Impossible, how reliable do you think the videos played by this system are? Nara Shikamaru pouted. Hey. Although I can't believe that Naruto has become a celebrity all of a sudden, I think there is absolutely nothing wrong with the broadcast content. Especially combined with the reactions of the seniors in the group, everything makes sense. Shikamaru looked at Naruto's back. This guy is absolutely thrilled to have fun. Only, because the ending of the video doesn't seem to be perfect. There seemed to be some pimples in everyone's hearts. Ninja is really a cruel profession. Ah. I really didn't expect that there is such a terrifying power hidden in Naruto's body. It's not clear whether this power is good or bad for him. Inuzuka put his head in his hands, and complained lazily. There was neither envy nor worry on his face. In terms of feeling, it's actually not very good. I think Naruto should understand the original intention of 4th Hokage. Sunset Red laughed. After all, the debate in the discussion group just now was in full swing, and it was almost on the verge of a fight. Unfortunately, if this power is not used properly, Naruto's life will be threatened. And according to the situation of the sealing technique, Naruto's own strength has been greatly restricted. It can be said that the power of 9 tails is a double-edged sword. At present, it seems that this power brings more disadvantages to Naruto. Yuhihong's explanation also made everyone understand why Uzumaki Naruto always looked like the tail of a crane. Can't learn clone technique after 7 years of schooling. It's really his inner 9 tails doing the trick. Hey. Without this power, Naruto's own power can't be used much. If you use this power, if you don't use it well, you may die due to rampage. Naruto, his fate is really hard to describe. Aburame Kai always has the feeling of seeing through everything. Confidently looking at Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto-kun. Hinata, on the other hand, is extremely worried. Hey, idiot, why don't you talk? Aren't you usually good at talking? At this time, Sasuke took the initiative to call out to Naruto with an unhappy face. With regards to Uchiha, Sasuke seems to have found some sort of pivot. However, his parents didn't say anything, and he couldn't speak well. Now I just hope that my parents will be as lucky as Naruto's mother. Too bad Uzumaki Naruto didn't say anything. At this time, he was really excited. The truth of the matter has been unraveled, and the doubts in my heart have also been answered. It's not that his parents don't love him. Instead, I want him to use the power of the tailed beast in his body to become the hero of the village in the future. At the same time, the sound of the system interrupted everyone's thoughts. Congratulations to Bai for getting the reward. Reward, chakra doubled. Congratulations to Lee Locke for receiving the reward. Reward, physical power has been strengthened. Congratulations to Inuzuka Ya for receiving the reward. Reward, the speed under the mimic beast technique has been greatly improved. Yo. Ha ha ha, it's finally my turn. Inuzuka Tooth is in a good mood. You don't need to practice, you can improve your ability by watching the video and answering the questions. There is nothing more exciting than this. Thanks to Naruto for his stupidity, though. Sure enough, he won't let anyone down when he's playing dumb. Just then, the system's voice sounded again. The following is Uzumaki Naruto Top 10 Wonderful Matchups. Top 9. The Wonderful Showdown of the Chunin Exam. Question. In Uzumaki Naruto's duel with Inuzuka Kiba, which of the following is an important turning point that affects the duel? A. Uzumaki Naruto farted, causing Inuzuka Toba to collapse, and finally Naruto won the game. B. Uzumaki Naruto went berserk and defeated Inuzuka Kiba. C. The disparity between Uzumaki Naruto and Inuzuka Tooth is too great, which led to the failure of the game. D. Due to the inability to control chakra very well, Uzumaki Naruto was quickly attacked by Inuzuka when he was about to use ninjutsu, resulting in losing the game. Everyone looked blankly at the questions and options given on the screen. For a while, no one knew what to do. Is it a blind guess this time? Yamanaka Ino was irritated. What are you doing? Who can answer such a question correctly? You can't just guess. Also, there seems to be something strange mixed into this answer. A option. Uzumaki Naruto's fart became the turning point of the fight. What kind of answer is this? Shino, wearing sunglasses, also carefully stared at several options. Tooth. As you said, Naruto never disappoints when it comes to playing dumb. You guess. I guess your head. Inuzuka Fang replied forcefully to Shino. Even if he is stupid, he can't fart in battle. And this shouldn't be the focus of everyone's attention, the Chunin exam. We should have all taken the Chunin exam, and more importantly, I'm going to fight Naruto, what are you kidding? If he goes berserk, wouldn't I be beaten to death? Inuzuka Kiba, who had seen Naruto go berserk, suddenly broke out in a cold sweat. What are you doing? I was so unlucky that I met a monster during the Chunin exam. I actually took the Chunin exam. The opponent is Ya. Uzumaki Naruto looked back at Inuzuka who had Akamaru on his head. Inuzuka Tooth is not very good in Naruto's impression. The guy always acted like a boss. But I have to say that Kiba is also one of the few guys like Shikamaru Choji who played with him when he was a child. The opponent runs very fast. Naruto still remembers that he ran for a long time in the back mountain in order to catch up with Inuzuka's record. In the end, Ya was a few tenths of a second faster. Hey, Naruto, do you think you will go berserk during the Chunin exam? Inuzuka Kiba asked a question that left Naruto speechless. How do I know something that hasn't happened? Nara Shikamaru thought for a while. I think it is unlikely that Naruto will go berserk. After all, in the battle with Shiro, he ran away because he thought Sasuke was dead and was sad and angry. If it's just an ordinary confrontation in the Chunin exam, I don't think the chance of going berserk is very high. According to Shikamaru, it looks like Naruto will fail the Chunin exam. Haruno Sakura followed up. No matter how much Uzumaki Naruto usually likes to play pranks, no matter how much he likes to do some nonsensical things. At least it's not possible to choose to fart in this situation. In the ninja world, people from other villages are also discussing fiercely. It's like the ability to gain intelligence among ninjas. In the limited observations, there are 3 pieces of information they can obtain. 1. Uzumaki Naruto will go berserk when he is greatly stimulated, and his power is quite terrifying. 2. When Uzumaki Naruto does not run wild, his mind will occasionally have whimsical ideas, and occasionally short-circuit, but his strength is indeed at the tail end. 3. The 9 tails in Uzumaki Naruto has a great influence on him, which will affect his chakra and cause him to have poor control over his own chakra. Combining the above 3 pieces of information, some people think that Uzumaki Naruto may go crazy and defeat Inuzuka. The vast majority believe that Uzumaki Naruto will eventually fail because of chakra's control problems. Although this is a wonderful matchup of Uzumaki Naruto, it does not prove that a wonderful matchup will definitely be Naruto's winner. Just like against Zabuza, Naruto just rescued Hitaki Kakashi, and it was done with Sasuke. 4th Raikage. Sorry, if Naruto doesn't go berserk, I don't think he will be very powerful, I choose D. Terumi May. I think so too, and Zabuzan and Shiro, you two should go back to Kurigakure, I and fourth Raikage, choose D. Onoki. I was almost delayed, I choose D. Luo Sha. I choose B. As for the reason, I don't want to say. Sunagaker. Gaara stared at the screen with a fierce look in his eyes. Luo Sha is his father, the fourth Kazekage of Sunagaker. Gaara knew what Luo Sha meant. Jinchuriki, since he can go berserk once, there will definitely be a second time. The Chunin exam, in a sense, is also an exam where you have to do your best. Since Naruto had a runaway experience, he will have a second runaway experience. This guy named Inazukaya is really unlucky. Snort. At this time, a picture slowly appeared on the screen. Then, continue to the next round. The name on the electronic screen keeps flashing. There is one sound ninja left, me, Hinata and Naruto. Choji, Neji, Lee, and that guy from Sunagaker. Inuzuka Teba fiddles with his fingers, muttering in his mouth. Immediately, the eyes glanced at Gaara with her hands folded on her chest. Please, don't draw him. In the classroom, Kurenai Yuhi and Asuma were startled when they heard the words. When Inuzuka looked at the gourd-carrying ninja in Sunagaker, his voice trembled. That boy from Sunagaker looks very powerful. It can actually make the teeth tremble. Asuma took a serious look at Gaara on the screen. Immediately, all eyes were on Gaara. That guy is a ninja from another village. Chunin exam, are there any ninjas from other villages participating? Ino asked curiously. Asuma nodded. Yes, the Chunin exams during the peace period are all held jointly between the alliance villages. And we, Konoha village and Sunagaker, are the alliance villages. And you have all arrived at this competition venue, which proves that you have passed the previous written examination and the wild survival in the Death Forest. It's really good. Asuma looked at the 9 Xiaoqiangs with a smile, showing a gratified smile. At this time, the electronic screen suddenly stopped. 2 names suddenly appeared in everyone's sight. Uzumaki Naruto vs Inuzuka Teeth. It's me, everyone is waiting. Finally it's my turn to play. Uzumaki Naruto shook his head excitedly when he saw his name. Yo, it's just too lucky, our opponent is Naruto, Akamaru. If we meet that guy, we will definitely win. Inazukaya also almost jumped up happily, and even the dog Akamaru in his arms, barked, twice with excitement. Ah! The content on the screen stunned everyone in the classroom. When Inuzuka met Uzumaki Naruto, he was completely confident. It's already a winning ticket. It's clear that Inuzuka on-screen doesn't know what's special about Uzumaki Naruto. Fourth Raikage. As I expected, Uzumaki Naruto's contemporaries always thought he was the tail of the crane before they knew his special identity. Onoki. It seems that if Naruto doesn't go berserk, Naruto is no match for this Inuzuka tooth at all. Senju Tobarama. Well, I don't know if you have discovered a detail. After receiving the reminder from Senju Tobarama, everyone in the ninja world began to observe carefully. Namikaze Minato. Second generation, you mean Naruto and Inuzuka tooth are in different states. Senju Tobarama. That's true. Naruto is obviously in a state of distress, while the boy from the Inuzuka family is almost spotless. Namikaze Minato. Although I don't want to admit it, I think this should be the state left by the two of them when they survived Linyi outside the Forest of Death. Naruto's passage through the Forest of Death is obviously more difficult than that of Inuzuka Fang. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and support our channel.